I'm about to put y'all in my business, and then I'm going to log off and take me a break off of social media. I'm definitely going to sound like a bird in a lot of this situation, but just take heed and understand we're all human and we all been done before for somebody. So basically, I started talking to this dude. The first time that we had unprotected, he burnt me. Because I felt like I was also responsible because I didn't make him get tested, I forgave him and we got through it. He went through his medication, I went through my medication, and we killed it. Throughout the entire relationship, he has belittled me. He has called me out my name, told me I'm not this, I'm not that, I don't have shit. Every time we get into an argument, I'm a bitch, I'm this, I'm that. The entire relationship from a year ago. Mind you, I do social media. I'm on social media. He told me I had to choose between him or social media. I said social media because what are you talking about? That's literally what I do. And his ass broke up with me for that. Then came back and apologized and was like, sorry for not being supportive and stuff. I just don't want I don't want to share you basically with nobody. This shit's kind of going to be around everywhere because my head is so fucked up. Like, this shit just is crazy. Now, my house is my house. I allowed everybody to think that it was his house. When we first moved into it, he made everybody think that he got the house. I never minded that because it was something that we decided to do together. Every time he gets mad, he's literally like, oh, this my shit, you ain't had shit. First of all, I lived with my grandmother willingly in a 4-bedroom house that it's on our land. We don't have to pay rent. I was fine where I was. We got into a relationship and together decided we wanted to move together. That's what it was. He was already doing his thing, paying the bills or whatever. He said we need bigger space. I was the only way we were going to get into another house without him going a different way. I had the credentials, which I do. I have all my credentials. He's not able to get nothing because he doesn't work a regular job. He doesn't have a bank account. He doesn't have a license or nothing. But I was so in love. He was in love too. Okay, we're going to use my credentials and your money. Boom. Teamwork. Ever since we moved into the house, he made people think it was his house, his house, his house. His name's not on it. Does he pay the rent? Yes. For a couple months, he wasn't paying the rent because we were arguing. So I had to pay all the bills by myself. He did not give me not $1 to pay the bills when we would argue. Mind you, he would still be in the house. He would still wash his ass, come in and out, eat the food that's in there, everything, and go to other women, do what he did, and come back. I never kicked him out because I can't kick him out. He lives there. I'll have to give him 30 days. And also, I knew that he didn't have nowhere else to go. So instead of him leaving, I would leave and go stay with my people. So basically today comes, and y'all, I've left out so much, but I really don't want the video to be too long. So long story short, today comes, I saw he wasn't at the house because I have the camera. When he's not at the house, I would go to the house, check on everything, make sure the house is still in order, and I would still leave. I still have not been staying there. I let him do what he do. He's unplugged my cameras, had girls in my house, done all kind of stuff. So today I text him and I'm fed up. I'm like, if you have another woman in my house while I'm not here, she's not gonna make it out. I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's exactly what I told the police too. What the fuck? So when I text him that, he fucking bum rushes to the house, I guess from the bitch house. Why don't you just move in with her? Hello, what the fuck? So he bum rushes to the house. He's banging on the door. Mind you, I'm sleeping in my son's room now because he didn't want me on his bed. We have his bed at the house because he didn't have nowhere to put his stuff. I have a whole nother setup at my grandmother's house. Y'all know, if y'all follow me, y'all know I have a whole nother life, wardrobe. My son has wardrobe, everything at my grandmother's house. So he didn't have nowhere to put his stuff in storage. We used his bed. He said I couldn't sleep in his bed since we broke up, and so I've been sleeping in my son's room. Straight up, I ain't gotta lie about shit. He starts banging on my son's room door trying to talk to me. I'm like, stop fucking talking to me. I'm on the phone with my friends. I'm like, don't say shit to me, nigga. I already said what the fuck I said. We start arguing. He starts getting overly disrespectful, so I do open the door. We're arguing back and forth, da 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 da. He's like, oh yeah, I've been fucking with that bitch that you asked me about, da da da. Y'all, at this point, I don't care who he's fucking with. I don't. My thing is, okay, if you're fucking with all these bitches, please, can you move there? So he starts getting more disrespectful. He's like, oh yeah, in our whole relationship, you don't even know how many you've been eating. Like, basically he's saying like he would go have sex and then he would come have sex with me at the house. He also said that he had with somebody that's close to me in our bed at my house that I don't know, and he didn't say no name. And if y'all don't believe me, I'm literally at the hospital about to get tested after I do this fucking video. Mind you, we've been broken up for like a couple weeks because I broke up with him, but it's still, I don't play about my health, and he's literally disgusting. I can literally honestly say he slept with at least 15 people since I've met him. Other people that I know of. Okay, back to the story about today. So we're arguing, going back and forth, He starts threatening me to the point where he's like, I will whip you with my and brings it out. At that point, I still don't call the police. When he says that, he gets in my face. He said, I'll fuck you right now. I don't care. I said, and you're gonna go to jail. If you touch me, you're gonna go to jail. I leave out the bathroom, go into my content room trying to get away from him. He comes in there. I'm trying to shut the door. He starts throwing stuff at me. So at this point, it's like, no. He's throwing stuff. He's hitting me with my own purses, all this stuff. He picks up a metal bottle. He's throwing stuff. I'm start throwing stuff back at him. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, stop throwing shit at me. The fuck? He's getting hard shit. He's hitting me on like on top of my head and shit. Like, now I'm calling the police on you because I'm not finna lose my life. I have a child. What the fuck? Mind you, he's also speaking on my child and my situation. I'm not even going to get into that because we already know what the fuck is good. My baby daddy know what the fuck going on. I know what the fuck going on. I talked to my child today. I'm not even getting into that shit. Especially considering somebody, yeah, we're not getting into that child shit. So yes, after he started hitting me with stuff upside my head, I did call the police. Call me what the fuck you want. I am a fucking 5'4" little woman. I'm not that fucking big, and I have a child to live for. Motherfuckers can think all that toxic shit is cool. I don't. I'm going to make it to my son. I promise you. So I called the police. The police come, they asking both sides. All of this shit happened. I didn't have it on video that he did it to me, so obviously they weren't gonna be able to do shit. While they're doing their investigation about what me and him have going on domestically, they run his motherfucking tags just to find out that the fucking car that he's been driving this whole time is fucking stolen. So they start questioning me about shit being stolen. I don't fucking know. Now, you're putting me in you're putting my livelihood in danger. Not only have you been riding me around, you've been riding my child, a whole bunch of other people in a stolen fucking vehicle. How the fuck do you steal a fucking Tesla? So now they didn't take him for the domestic shit that I had going on because I technically didn't have no fucking proof. Now they done took him for possession of a stolen vehicle and possession of some garden and stuff. So this is my fucking life right now, and I can't do shit but live in my fucking truth. Don't think that just because y'all see people living a glamorous life that everything is so fucking glamorous, because it fucking isn't, and I'm the transparent Betty to fucking tell you.
Story time on how I caught chlamydia twice in the 8th grade. If you're a little girl and you're watching this is just your sign to slow down. You do not have to do what you see everybody else doing. Do not be a follower, be a leader. I'm sure that you've already heard this, but this video is confirmation, for real. So I lost my virginity at a hotel party when I was 14 years old. He was 17 years old and he was in the 9th grade. I was in the 8th grade. He was in the 9th grade because he didn't care about school, so I don't even know why I thought he would care about my body. But I was too young to even pay attention to this type of stuff. I thought it was cool, for real. Everybody else thought it was cool too. He took multiple girls' virginity. Keep in mind, this is my current baby daddy. Anyway, I met this boy April the 15th, 2018. I knew him before, I knew of him before I knew him, but I didn't really, start talking to him until April. When he took my virginity, him and his homeboy got a hotel, the same place that we were having a hotel party at. And the hotel party was May the 12th, 2018. So the girl I was with, she had already been doing this type of stuff. This is her boyfriend. But when he realized I was a virgin, during the act, he was like, wait, you want me to take your virginity? I was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, wait, why me? And I was like, I don't know, I'm just ready to lose my virginity. And honestly, I was just being a follower because none of the girls that I knew, that I hung around, had their virginity. Except for the ones I went to school with. But the ones I hung around, they didn't have their virginity. One of my friends at the time, she had a baby in the 7th grade. So yeah, I was being a follower. After the day after he took my virginity, he was with another girl at the teen center. And the teen center is kind of like a boys and girls club, but for teens. So yeah. So taking my virginity meant absolutely nothing to him. He was literally with a girl the next day. But my mama found out that I lost my virginity through my sister because my sister told her auntie and her auntie told my mom. And she took me to get tested. Well, she took me to get put on birth control, and they test you for STDs. So I got put on depot, and 2 days later, they called and said I had chlamydia. Now, I wasn't really educated on this type of stuff. I did have a health course about this stuff, but I don't think I was really paying attention because I thought I got it from a toilet seat. I was thinking, it couldn't have been him. I was in 8th grade. Like, honestly, I should have educated myself before even doing this type of stuff, but whatever. So because I thought I got it from a toilet seat, I didn't talk to him about it. I didn't even talk to him anymore at the time because of what he had did. Like, I was so uneducated. I genuinely thought I got it from a toilet seat. And the crazy part is, y'all, I was gifted in middle school. Even in high school, I graduated in 11th grade. Not a semester early. Like, I didn't graduate in December. I graduated a whole school year earlier. Anyways, I forgive him around August, like when school starts again. So now I'm in the 9th grade, and he's still in the 9th grade. So I start messing with him again around August or whatever. And like I said, my mom put me on birth control, so I have to go get the shot every 3 months. And I don't remember exactly what month I found out that I had chlamydia from the toilet seat. But I know that 3 months later, I went to go get tested again because I have to get the shot again. And they called me 2 days later and they said you have chlamydia. So at this point, I'm like, this has to be coming from him. Like, I start asking questions, start looking it up, and it confirmed that it came from him. And at this time, I'm still 14 years old, and I think now I'm in the 9th grade. So when I let him know, I didn't even let him know about the first time because he was like a really good manipulator. He could flip it or turn it however he want. And he was already like trying to say that I wasn't a virgin when I actually was a virgin because that's what his cousins was telling him. His cousins was weird. But anyway, he apologized and I forgave him because at the time I was just like, oh, you didn't know, like somebody gave it to you. You didn't know, it's not your fault, you didn't keep it to me on purpose, like the dummy I am. So I ended up contacting his mama to make sure that she takes him to the doctor or whatever. And she did. Like, he texted me and he let me know that like he got the shot or whatever. But he threw away the paperwork. He gonna go tell his mama that he don't got nothing. His mama gonna text me talk about some, oh baby, I took him to the doctor, they said he didn't have anything, and I hope you find out who gave it to you. Just be more careful. I'm like, oh no, ma'am. And tell her to screenshot everything that he said, because you ain't finna just be making it seem like nothing this way.
Story time on how I found out that my best friend and my boyfriend had a thing going on behind my back. Yeah, let's get into it. Disclaimer, she is my ex-best friend. He is my ex-boyfriend. I'm no longer with either. Okay. And this might ruffle some feathers because some people may know about it, you know, but I'm gonna get right into it because I hate long story times. All right. So we're going to call her Pam. Me and Pam was besties. We was like this. You would not see her without me. Okay. Like, we was together. Her house was literally up the street from mine. I could look out of my window and see her house. Like, we was always together. All right, so fast forward, this is our senior year and we're about to graduate. I didn't want to go to college because I didn't know what I wanted to go to college for. And okay, so 3 months of us graduating, she comes to my house telling me like, hey bro, I'm going to Job Corps. I'm going to this one in Virginia. This is how it works out because I didn't know about it. So she put me on. So I'm like, oh bro, like I want to go. Like, she like, bro, it happened so fast. I leave like in 4 days. Like, my flight, I got everything. I got my ticket. Boom, boom, boom. So I was like, all right, let me get on my Zoom. Let me stop playing and sign up. So by the time I'm signing up, she already going. So I'm signing up for things that I want to go for. And the one in Virginia, the one that she was at, took too long to hit me back. So the one in Hazleton, PA, Keystone, that's the Job Corps I end up going to. And I left. So she at Job Corps, I'm at Job Corps. You know, we doing our thing. So we both come home for Christmas break or whatever. So we had like, I'm going to say 2 weeks. And, you know, when I went at Job Corps, by the way, this is where I met my ex-boyfriend. We were currently together by this point. So on Christmas break, we all came home. We got a hotel and brought New Year's in together. We had so much fun. He met my best friend. I'm like, this is Pam. Pam, this is my ex. Boom, boom, boom. Like, we all locked in. Like, you know, we had a time. We had an amazing time. We brought in the New Year together. Boom. So we ended up going back to school after the break was over. She ended up coming home because she got pregnant. Well, she was pregnant before she left. That's a whole nother story. But she ended up coming home after she found out she was pregnant and stayed home. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold it down. Like, you know, that's going to be my godchild. We already made that known, you know. So, okay, so he graduated. My ex graduated before me. A few months later, I graduated. Boom. After that, he ended up moving to my hometown. So now we live together. And Pam will always come to my house. Like, that was always a thing even before school. So she would always come to my house and, you know, they knew each other. So everything was good. My ex-boyfriend at the time, he was a supplier. Stay with me. He was a supplier. He had purple flowers. Yeah. And he always also had, you know, prescription of things. You know how that go. Me and Pam was hefty on the purple flowers, you know, and my ex at the time would give us the purple flowers. So Yeah, so she will always come over a lot or whatever. So after like a few months, they did exchange numbers because, again, he was a supplier and she always wanted to get purple flowers. So, I didn't care. I'm young and gullible at this time. Like, I just didn't care because that was my bestie and I trusted her. So, one time she came over after that, ex had supplies out on the table while we were together. I went to the bathroom really quick. I don't know if he went upstairs, went downstairs or whatever, but I came back out. She ended up having to go. And he told me he likes some, Pam stole some of my supplies. And it was the supplies that me and her don't take. Like, that's not even our thing. Like, what are you talking about? And then, second of all, you're blaming Pam for taking anything. Like, this is my best friend. You can get out. Like, that's how I came about her. Like, there's nothing you could tell me about her. Like, I didn't play about her. So he like, I'm telling you, like, it was right here in this spot. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was very calculated with things. That's one thing I can say. So I'm like, you really standing on this? Like, you really feel like we got into a whole argument? Because I feel like I know my bestie, like, she's not into that. Like, we don't even take that. Like, we stick to the purple flowers. But things could have changed because, again, she went to Job Corps for months. She was there for a year, some change. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even a year because she had to come home, but for a minute. And things could have changed while you was away from me, So, yeah, I'm like, okay, you really standing on this. I'm going to call Pam. Call Pam. I'm like, bro, why is he trying to convince me that you took some supplies? Like, and it's the supplies we don't even hear. She was like, bro, you know me. Like, come on now. What do I look like? Like, I will come over there right now. Da, da, da. So she ain't never come that day, though. She ain't never come. 2 days later, she did come over. He was out working. He was out working with his supplies. And, me and her, we talking about it or whatever, but we let it go because I'm like, I know her. I ain't even about to trip over this, whatever. It's already going anyway. Like, so she came over that day. She left. Later on, he came home and was like, so my supplies is back in my spot. And I'm like, what? Now I know he not tripping because when we argued about it, it wasn't in that spot. Like, I knew, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I told her, I'm like, it's funny that it popped back up. And I was like, bro, I'm not even trying to call you to feel like I'm accusing you of this, but it's just weird. So now after all of this, it's back up. I'm like, all right, I can't pinpoint that it was you for a fact. So I'm not even about to do that. So as time go on, he side eyeing her. He don't like her now. He like, no, I don't fool with her. I don't bang with her. Cool. I'm like, but I'm not going to stop talking to her. That's my best friend. Whatever. So one day me and him got into an argument. And this is when I found out the tea. Me and him argued so bad. Come back for part 2. Part 2 is where it ends, y'all. I'm done. All right, so part 2 on how my best friend and my boyfriend were messing around behind my back. So keep in mind, remember I told y'all she left Job Corps and because she was pregnant. Fast forward, she ended up having a baby. Now, that's a whole different ball game. But she ended up messing with this dude that wanted to take care of her and her baby because he liked her so much that he wanted to just be in their lives. And she was in survival mode because the father was not in the child's life at all. So, and he was Mexican. Mind you, he lived across the street from me. I knew him. I knew his family. My brother went to prom with his sister and them. Yeah. So I'm like, don't do that, bro. Like, don't do that to him because he's really going to be in love. What if he get crazy and you don't even really like him? Yada, yada, yada. Like, whatever. I understood the situation. Whatever. So she dealing with him. So now she's across the street. We see her all the time. So, like I said, me and my ex got into this heated argument. And me and her, like, we got into something like the week before, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like, we just wasn't talking for a little bit. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy. It's something that we always did. Me and him get into it real bad, though. We arguing so bad, and he hit me with it. That's why Pam on my body. That's why Pam on me. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, y'all, I was so mad. I'm like, you just talking crazy like you always do, because we was just toxic when we got into our argument. So I'm just thinking he talking, like, running his mouth. Nah, he was that serious. And then he pulled up Snapchat. This is when Snapchat was, like, really big and popping at the time. So I'm like, Snap? Like, and then I seen her name. I knew this was her Snap. But I'm like, when did y'all follow each other on Snap? But you know how you can follow each other when y'all have each other's number. Whatever. He went to the Snap and then he pulled his phone back because now his heart dropped. Because now he realized what he's doing. So I'm like, no. I see a scroll, like, of messages. Bro, like, I'm like, no, go back. He was not trying to go back. I snatched that phone and it was right at the messages and my heart was shattered. at the things that I've seen, like heart emojis and flirting and the messages, and oh my god, like that was my first like friendship heartbreak that I knew we would never ever come back from, because of the simple fact that I wouldn't even look at a man that you ever even talked to for 2 seconds. And you did this to me? Like, we knew each other before. Like, you did this to me? Mind you, me and her going at it. Like, she's not answering none of my phone calls. Like, nothing. You would think that I would be crying over him. Like, I didn't even care about him at all, y'all. I was so, y'all. I couldn't believe that I was actually going through that with a friend. Like, I've heard stories about stuff like this all the time. She was on him the whole time, but I knew it. I'm just like, bro, like, you was in survival mode. You knew how much I liked and loved this man. Like, you see me so happy. But yeah, y'all, like, to this day, I'm just like, wow. You know, I don't care no more because I've evolved. I'm grown now. Like, I was grown then. Like, I was early 20s then. But we've never, ever talked after that. Like, she know that she can't never talk to me after that. Like, I forgive her now. I'm a child of God. You feel me? Like, things happen. It is what it is. But forgiveness does not mean reconnection, babe. You know what I'm saying? And that, after that day, I realized everything that my mom told me about friends and women, that's when it hit. Like, my mom never lied to me. Like, you lucky to get one good friend in this lifetime. Like, don't never bring these women around your men. Don't never be too comfortable around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all them talks, like, it hit that day. And I'm just like, I can't believe I'm the one going through this, y'all. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, she was a Gemini. He was a Libra. I'm an Aquarius. So, yeah. It gets deeper than that, though, too, but that sums up the story, y'all. Don't have these women around your man, and make sure the man that's around you is really for you. Okay, let me address some things that I've seen in the comments section. No, I am no longer in her child's life. She made that crystal clear once we fell out about everything, that she did not want me in her child's life. And that's her child. She has every right to feel that way. She's going to have to answer to that. Me, on the other hand, I still was going to do my due diligence as a godmom and still be there for the child, because the child didn't do nothing. The mother did. So I wasn't going to do that. So I was definitely hurt by that situation as well. And she knew to do no contact, because she knew that she was going to have to address the situation at hand and what she did. And it wouldn't be pretty. So I'm not the type of person to sweep things under the rug or anything like that. And yeah, you're going to have to stand on what you did. But when people don't want to take accountability, they don't want to address the situation at hand. They just want to move on like nothing ever happened. And that wouldn't have been the case either way. And like I said, that's her child. She has every right to do that. So I let her do that. I don't have no kids. I don't have to go as hard. So yeah, that's just what it is. Another thing, we did not know that she was pregnant at the time that we were doing the purple flowers. And I wasn't aware until 6 weeks after the Christmas break. I decided to come home for a mental health from Job Corps, because I was going through it with the girls on campus, because they was hating on your girl. Yeah, but that's a story for another day. It was heavy on the hate. And so I just wanted to come home and just take a mental health weekend. And I did. And my mom was like, I got to tell you something about Pam. And I'm just like, what? So she ended up telling me, like, you know, Pam is pregnant. And I was like, you're lying. We was just with her a few weeks ago. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, Brandy, I just ran into her at Walgreens. She's very much pregnant with a stomach. And I'm like, that don't even make no sense, because I was just with her. She was skinny and petite at the time. No shade. At that time, she was. Body was petite, but she was little. You know what I'm saying? So I learned, you know, when you're little and you're carrying, it could take a while for you to show. That's what she was going through at the time. So I went to her house. I seen a full belly. And I'm like, whoa, what? Like, Shorty knew what she was having and everything. Like, so if I was aware that was happening, that was going on, I would have been like, absolutely not. I'm the mom out of my friend group. Any of my friends will tell you. Like, I would have been like, we don't got to do this. We don't got to get in a hotel. We could be at home. Like, bringing the New Year's together. Like, I would never have allowed that. But she knew. And I don't want to get too deep into zodiac signs, but you know, as a friend, and of course she was a Gemini, like one thing about her, like if she would do things sneaky and then tell me when it's too late and the damage is already done. I hated that so bad. Like, and I'm just like, that was just so annoying. And I'm just like, we could have avoided so much, but it is what it is. Like, you can't cry over spilled milk, you know? So that's what happened. Yeah. Yes, me and her got into it really, really bad. She didn't answer the phone when I was calling her, blowing her up. So yeah, I was texting her, like, and yeah, we got into it. I seen the messages on Snapchat, and you know, it was a bunch of emojis. At that time, you couldn't see what he said because he didn't save his replies. You just seen the things that she said because I was looking at the Snapchat from his phone. So I couldn't see everything that he said. And I know a lot of y'all like, I would have been in jail. I would have been this. I would have been that. I always said that type of stuff too. But when I actually seen it, I was in total shock. Like, my first initial thought wasn't to fight her. You know how you get heartbroken from a man and you're just torn? That's how I felt. Like, I felt like I was so hurt, y'all. Like, I was crying really, really hard. Like, I could not believe everything was going on. Yes, the next day I did want to fight. Yes, it didn't happen. But, you know, yeah. I'm happy I did not fight her, though. He wasn't worth it. She wasn't worth it, you know. And y'all have to understand also, this happened when I was 20 years old. I'm 30. I'm not that same girl anymore. You know, like, I moved to a different state. I'm in a completely new relationship. It's not new, but I'm in a completely different relationship. I'm well put up. I'm well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life is great. I can tell this story today without feeling away or being upset about it because I did the inner work like a real woman should. I healed from that. Absolutely. My life is great. If I didn't go through the things I went through then, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. I always had discernment back then. I just didn't use it. I wasn't green. I was naive. Now, baby, this mind is sharper than a whistle. I see it coming before it come. No, he is not the child's father. Remember, I told y'all they met on Christmas break, coming into New Year's. She was already pregnant around that time. We, as in me and my ex, we did not know that Pam was pregnant. She knew. She kept it away because she didn't even want her own child. But that's not my story to tell. I'm just saying, when I came back from break like 6 weeks later, remember, I was coming home from a mental health a weekend from school, and I just wanted to come home. My mom said, I have to tell you about Pam. She's pregnant. I ran into her. She has a belly. Like, I'm not making this up. And I'm like, how? Da-da-da. I already went over that. So when they first met, she was already pregnant. He didn't even know. For two, they never had intercourse. It never got that far. It was just some flirtation going on in the Snapchat that I seen, and I'm like, wow, that was enough for me, you know? So no, he's not the child's father. The person that was supposed to be the father of her child, you know, when she had the baby, it came back not his. It ended up being somebody else's. But again, that's not my story to tell. That's not my story to tell. So yeah, no, he's not. Another thing I seen y'all saying in the comments, like, oh, that's why you don't have your friends around your man. You can't trust nobody around your man. If I can't trust my friends around my man, they're not my friends. If I can't trust my man around my friends, he's not my man. You need to know how to conduct yourself. It's not that serious. Why would you even want to plot on somebody's man? Why would you even want to plot on your partner's friends? Like, no. What if my man want to propose? How is he going to contact my friends? Like, how is he going to... He has to conversate with them somehow, some way, on social media, through text, on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's little things like that. You should be able to talk to my partner if he's doing something amazing for me and he's going to keep it a secret. He should be able to tell my friends. It's just like, so no, I don't agree with that. If I can't bring my friends around my partner because I feel as though they're going to do something, you're not my friend. If I feel as though I can't trust my man around my friends because I feel as though he's going to do something, you're not my partner. You're not the person for me. Did I leave him? No, I did not. Young, dumb, I know. The reason I did not leave him is because he had mommy issues. He didn't have family support. If I would have left him and put him out, he would have had nowhere to go, literally. Yes, we know now that wasn't my issue. That's not my problem. I shouldn't have worried about that. But when you're young and you had a heart of gold, you care about things that you shouldn't. Yes, if I could go back and hug my younger self, oh my God. Yes. But also I found out that I was with child. Yes, I paid that $500. Yes, I had dumb moments, but I wasn't that dumb. Thank you. And I will never do that again. But, you know, things happen for a reason. And that was a real reason to do what I had to do. Yeah. That man definitely put me through the ring of fire. Absolutely. There's another story time how he got pew-pewed in front of me in our house. And, you know, that was the talk of the town in my whole neighborhood. And he was an innocent bystander. And the whole hood that thought that the person he got shot by or pew-pewed by, they thought that I was messing with him, and I wasn't. And we go to the hospital. I'm in there making sure he good, being by his side, seeing his phone. This number I knew was blowing him up, and it was somebody I knew. They were talking. Once again, I got kicked out of the hospital. But if y'all want to know that story time, I'll tell y'all. But yeah, put me through the wire. Yes. So when you see me getting these blessings that I'm getting now, and I'm happy, just know it's not luck. I deserve everything and then some that's coming great into my life. Yeah. And a lot of people from around my way are watching these story times and surprised because people talked about me But I never cleared up the rumors. I never cleared up anything. So if people had something to say, I told them, believe them. So me telling my story time now, it feels good because I know they're looking like, wow, I didn't even know that happened. But you were a dick eater, listening to people you had no idea. You didn't know the real deal. Yeah. But I'm gonna end this video with this though. Should I have left? Yes. But did I get my lick back and then some? Yes.
Story time on how in high school, I used to think that I used to just like older men, but I realized that I was being preyed on and groomed. So before I start the story, I kind of wanted to talk about the person, the main character that we're talking about, and the reason why I'm talking about this person. So this person used to be an alumni. Well, technically we both alumni at this high school, but during the time that I was in high school, he was still an alumni. He graduated in 2012. That's the latest. I think it was before then. I think I'm almost guaranteed it was before 2012, but 2012 was kind of like that cap, I remember, if that makes sense. So because I graduated in 2019 and he graduated in 2012 or before, you can kind of already sense the age gap and where I'm going with this. But when I was in high school and it started in 10th grade, I was 15 during the time. He was still an alumni. So technically he's in his late 20s, I want to say. Now he's 30 something, but he was definitely in his late 20s because I remember him graduating from college. So he's also a coach at one of the track teams that we run against. Disclaimer, none of my coaches, none of the people who coach me had anything to do with any of this. I don't want no type of nothing. They didn't have nothing to do. Even if they knew, they probably would have fucked him up or got him in trouble. That's how much they fucked with me. My coach was almost like a father figure to me. Everything that I needed, that shit gonna make me emotional a little bit, but everything that I needed, he followed through. He was just he did too much as a coach, and it was in the most appropriate way, and I thank him, and I even still to this day. But now that I got that out the way, let's get to how he started talking to me. So I want to say one of the track meets was kind of our initial attraction, and I don't even want to say words like that because at the time I'm 15, he's in his late 20s, so I don't even know the word to put it, but this is where we first start seeing okay, we gonna talk to each other. So it started on Instagram. I believe he DM'd me on Instagram. I'm not sure what he was saying. So when he was DMing me, it started off flirtatious. I already knew what the fuck it was and what it wasn't. So it wasn't really much that he had to break down or kind of play mind games with me to get. So on top of that, I had, I was young. I'm still young. I got a nice little shape. So I'm kind of attracted to a certain type of men, even though that don't make that it okay for them to prey on younger females or find that attractive, even if we just being our natural self, because I wasn't just throwing myself on him. I couldn't. It just wouldn't work like that. I'm a kid. He's an adult. There's no way I could really throw myself on him. Oh, I forgot to mention, he was in this group and they used to throw parties on the east side, these banging ass parties. They was from it was a college group. I think they started in college, but they was coming to Detroit and they was throwing. But mind you, I am 15 at the time. I was a very mature 15-year-old. I didn't do what the average 15-year-old. I was trying to go to the clubs, going to parties, just doing shit I ain't had no business doing. And half of the times I was sneaking out. And this was where I take a lot of accountability because I was very outgoing, but at the same time, I never lied. I was never a liar. So if somebody asks me something, I'm going to tell them. If you ask me my age, I'm going to tell you I'm 15. And you know my age because you know I'm in the 10th grade because you're a coach. And when we at these track meets, you see my name and it say 10th next to it, or it say my graduation year. So you know what the fuck going on. So it's kind of I'm taking accountability, but I'm also throwing it on him. You supposed to take accountability too, because I keep mixing words up. I'm trying to make it perfect, but in reality, this shit don't need to be perfect. It's just through and through. It is what it is. So before I start this story time on how I always thought I was just attracted to older men, but I'm just now realizing that I was being groomed and I fucked around and got pregnant by this person, and he was a coach. So I left off part one about how he was in a group that threw parties on the east side, and I was a very outgoing, mature 15, 16-year-old that I blended in when I went to these parties, even though I didn't smoke or nothing like that. I did drink here and there, but I wasn't no drinker for real. I probably take 1 or 2 shots, then that's it. I was more so a dancer. Like, I came to the party to dance, turn up, twerk. That was kind of like my memo. But I brought that up for a reason, because that was one of our encounters, but that wasn't our first encounter. So our first encounter, I believe it happened, I forgot who house we was at, but it was like a quick little encounter. So it was really like 4 main encounters before I got pregnant. And y'all know when I'm saying encounters, what I'm, where I'm getting at. But the first encounter was in the car, in his car. It was like a quick little but I can tell that's when the feelings start getting involved. I wasn't like emotionally attached. Like, I never had that issue to be like emotionally attached with people. It was just like, I was attached to the thrill. Like, I got somebody pulling up in a car, coming to see me type shit, even though that was super inappropriate. But I'm just telling y'all the raw, authentic version of how I was feeling during this time and the reason why I was going. So the second encounter, this is where shit start getting like signs start coming at me in my life. Like, if I was wiser back then, I could have paid attention to those signs and known like this wasn't, this wasn't the right thing to do. So I forgot to mention too, he had a homeboy that got drafted to the NBA. He's not in the NBA no more. So that kind of also helps try to figure out who the person is. But he used to have a house downtown. I want to say right by King High School. And this house was kind of like a house for all that college group. Remember I told y'all about the college group that he had? This is where they all, it's kind of like a frat house, but it's not a fraternity. It's kind of like an organization house. But at the same time, he doing what he doing overseas, traveling. This is just something where his people can be at, which, that's some real nigga shit. But he thought that he was going to take me here one of these nights. Let me tell y'all what happened. So he come pick me up from my house. And that's how it always went. He always came and picked me up. He'd text me. He'd be like, when I want to see you, let's link or whatever. And he always came and picked me up, of course, because I wasn't driving during the time. So this in particular time, he decided to take me to this house, his friend house. So like I said, this is a chill house. So this is before everybody kind of mature with their lives. Like, the people who was there at the house now, like, I still follow the person who I'm about to talk about. I still follow him on Instagram. And low-key I look up to him, because if I ever wanted to do this shit the right way and live life, the right way with somebody, I look at him and his wife and his kids, and that's kind of like my example. But go back to the story. So he pulls up to the house. I see the dude on the couch who I'm talking about. He know me from track and field. So mind you, during track, I was kind of known for hurdles. Around my district, it really wasn't a lot of hurdles. It probably was like 5 of us tops, and I was that top. I'd say I was top 1. I'm not going to sit here and cap. I was the top hurdler all through high school. Not going to cap. Yeah. But, so he knew me. So he knew my age. He knew I was still in high school, and he knew I wasn't no senior. So that was kind of already like the hell no to him. So when he seen me walk in, all I hear him say something to him when I go up the stairs, because I walk past everybody, but you can tell everybody get quiet. So I go upstairs and I hear him ask him something. No, he told him to come back downstairs. Let me go back. Oh, wait, I gotta go back. That was not the first time. So the second time we ever did something, we went to the house, but wasn't nobody there. Okay, so I had to get that out the way, because I didn't want it to make it seem like that was the first time, because when I walked in the house, I already knew where to go. So that's why I knew where to go, because I already was there before and we did something, and this time everybody was here now. So this their first time seeing me here. They don't know this is not my first time here. So we go upstairs. I hear his friend call him back down. He say something to him. I'm guessing he asking him like, how old is she? Like, what's her age? Soon as I don't know what he told him, but he was like, I heard him say loud as fuck, clear as day, oh hell no, we not doing that. Oh hell no, we not doing that. And still I want to say his name so bad, but I can't. And still to this day, like, we need more men like him in this fucking world. Like, if we had men that can call niggas out on their shit and tell them no means like no, nigga, this is not right. This is a little ass girl. You was a grown ass man. If anything, y'all not doing that on my watch. Not while I'm around this bitch. Hell no, we're not going for that. And you could tell like the shitty face on his look when he came back upstairs to tell me that. But I already heard ear hustling because in the room I was in, it didn't have no TV. So like I'm feeling away, but at the same time I'm not feeling away. And as I go back, you know, into the story, I'm realizing this was a kind of like I felt protected, like when he did it. Like I wasn't scared. I wasn't, you know, I didn't, he probably felt embarrassed, but I didn't feel embarrassed. I felt like maybe somebody was guiding me during that time, if that makes sense. So I just felt you know, a whiff of comfort. And when I left out, the car where I was silent, he took me home. We didn't do nothing that day because you can tell that shit, whatever he said to him, that shit fucked with his ego. But at this point now, he got a decision to make. Do he still want to fuck with me morally, you know, based off his morals, or is he just like just gonna, you know, cut me off based off his morals? And he still fucked with me. Okay, so now we've reached the climax of the story, and I thought this was gonna be like a 3-part story, but it's probably just gonna be 2 parts. So now we have reached the unprotected stage of our little relationship, or whatever you want to call this. And at first we was using protection, but now we're not using protection because we're comfortable with each other, and it's kind of like a routine at this point. Like I think I'd have been in his crib when, you know, when nobody there. I'd have been at all the houses. I'd have been in the car. Like we kind of comfortable at this point. So we go under unprotected. My 11th grade year, basketball season come up. We in our regional basketball game, and I get hit in the head a certain kind of way, and I faint. So during this time, no, so mind you, this is not, let me go back. So before this, I ended up finding out I was pregnant right before our regional basketball game. I didn't tell nobody. I only told my coach. Didn't tell him I was pregnant, but I didn't say, you know, nothing. I just told him I was pregnant because at this point, I would say that was the most important person other than the OBGYN clinic to tell at this time, because I was playing basketball, so I wanted him to like be very mindful and restrictful about how I'm feeling, and if I'm tired, you kind of know why type shit. But he still kind of like, you know, had restrictions for me, but that nigga ain't had no damn restrictions for real. Like I was still doing the same workouts everybody else was doing, but I was very much early. So this unprotected pregnancy, I actually had an ectopic pregnancy. So I think I already mentioned in the story, by the time I was 16, 17 years old, I was already on my 2nd pregnancy. The first one that I'm talking about now was the ectopic pregnancy, which I found out after the basketball game. I got a surgery, they got it removed. I told him. He wasn't really like fucking with me. I think he cut me off. He did cut me off. I'm not sure what he said. I think maybe he denied it or something, but I wasn't like asking him to accept it. I was just basically letting him know what the fuck was going on, and if I needed it, you know, to get an abortion, you was gonna have to, you know, help me type shit. But I didn't need that because it was a different type. So now we're not talking, I'm gonna say it had to been like the rest of my 11th grade year, but now we're in the summertime going into my 12th grade year, and now these parties coming back up, we seeing each other more, we interacting again on social media, and now we back having these encounters. So when we started back having the encounters, you can tell there was kind of like a scar left on the last incident because we started back using protection, but that didn't last long. So we kind of started back because he started coaching girls basketball as well as track. And at this time I was playing girls basketball too. So he would kind of like say, hey, you want to work out with me? He would kind of like disguise his intentions. Like he would say, okay, we about to go work out, we about to do this. But in reality, I know where I'm going when we leave the workout spot. Like, you coming to get me for a reason. Like, yeah, we're going to work on basketball, but as soon as we done, I'm going to be playing with some other balls type shit. So I kind of already knew what was the reason why, you know, he was back talking to me. But you could tell he was trying to keep it more like as if he was just coaching me and it was an appropriate relationship. Like, if anybody would see it. Okay, and I really didn't want to mention this because it's kind of disgusting, but at the same time, it's a good way to bring awareness, because sometimes this might be a trait or a pattern that these type of men might have. And what I found that once he cut me off after I told him,
he got back with his baby mama and he got her pregnant because I want to say right before my 12th grade year, they posted the gender reveal. So y'all know the gender reveal, it's the early stage of the pregnancy. So he had just got her pregnant probably right after I told him about my pregnancy and him cutting me off. So I'm like, okay, I didn't feel away. Like, to be honest, like, I've never been the type of person that gets so angry to the point I want to destroy something. Like, I looked at it, I seen it. My feelings probably was hurt, but I'm young. So I got distracted so motherfucking fast, I forgot about it.
Still to this day, I believe that my husband was voodoo when we was in New Orleans. So me and him went to New Orleans a few years back, and we was on Bourbon Street, and an incident occurred. But before I tell y'all incident, let me just tell y'all what was going on throughout that night. So as we was walking, we saw a lot of things, women topless, it was just things that people say that goes on in New Orleans, but then you get to experience it for yourself. So that particular night, we were out there drinking, and when I tell y'all, I have never been so intoxicated like that night. Well, I'll take that back because I have been pretty intoxicated before. But so this woman comes up to my husband, well, my boyfriend at the time, and she was forcing the drinks. Like, they'll come and make you open your mouth and like just chug the drinks with their mouth. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I see and hear about this all the time. And then after that, she demanded like $40. She was like, $40, $40. And my husband was like, first of all, you shoved that drink down my throat, blah, blah, blah. So we're not going to go into all that. But this is the scary part. Well, I won't say scary, but this is where it gets evil, okay? And you know, they say all different type of things about New Orleans. They say that it's deeply racial into witchcraft, voodoo, hoodooism, all those type of things. She was like, you stay out of it. She said, I want your man. I want him. And she was pointing at him, and I was just like, look, let me just pay for it. This will just all be gone away, okay? Well, my husband was still upset at that time, so he was just like, no. So when we was walking away, my husband turned around and looked at the woman, because the woman was like, kind of had this hideous laugh, but she was still angry, like, and mad. And he was like, she just did something like this. Like, it was like 2 fingers and it was like this. And she was just like looking at him, shaking her head. Now, I'm not sure what could have happened. I'm really not sure what, is that a spell or what? But I promise you, at 3 o'clock that morning, he was throwing up sick, and he stopped throwing up 7 days later. He was throwing up the whole way home back to Mississippi, and he was not able to keep nothing down. He was just throwing up repeatedly. I took him to different hospitals. They was just like, nothing is wrong. And they will give him IV drips and he'll be okay with the fluid. But soon as they took the IV out, he was just back. Blah, blah. I'm talking about, he was just throwing up so much. Make a long story short, it was literally 7 days after he stopped finished throwing up. So y'all tell me, what do y'all think about that New Orleans story?
My mother-in-law told me that she had so much milk that she could feed an entire village. And she would say this day and day, time and time again, as she watched me struggling to breastfeed, as she watched the life being sucked out of me as I was trying to get these breasts to work. How I struggled with breastfeeding, and the people around me who made it even more challenging. My daughter was in the NICU, and the birth was very traumatic. So as soon as she was born, she was whisked away into the ICU, and they started pumping her with formula. I, on the other hand, spent every waking moment pumping, trying to take out every bit of milk from my breast. I pumped to the point where I did not sleep. Every minute, every hour, I did this. The lactation consultant explained to me that I may not visibly see colostrum that's coming out. However, my baby will get what she needs. So all I have to do is put the baby on the breast. That's all you have to do. Put the baby on the breast and everything is going to be okay. As soon as I was cleared, I went down to the ICU and I tried to put the baby on the breast. Guess what? The baby would not latch. I was instructed to continue to give formula, which I did. I gave formula and I kept putting baby on the breast. When baby was finally discharged from the hospital, we went home. I attempted to breastfeed for several more days. After 1 week, I followed up with the in-hospital lactation consultant. And here's what she told me. Everybody's not meant to breastfeed. Your body's broken, essentially. I don't remember if those were the exact words or that's how I interpreted it. But she said, some people's breasts just don't work. She then weighed the baby and said that the baby wasn't getting anything after feeds. And so she instructed me to continue formula feeding. She then gave me some contraption called the feeding device, where basically you attach a tube to the breast and the baby is suckling as she's getting formula. She's also training herself to latch. It's supplemental nursing system, SNS. So she gave me the SNS, which I went home to use. I can't remember when my mother-in-law came. I want to say it was probably maybe around week 2 or week 3, but that was a really painful time. I wanted to think that there were cultural nuances and things that I may not have understood because she was from Ghana. And so I did a lot of forgiving of comments that she said. But one thing she used to say, I swear, probably every 2 to 3 days, was she used to talk about how when she was younger, how she breastfed the entire community. Everybody suckled at her breast. She had so much milk that she could feed an entire village. Many times after commenting about how much milk she used to make, she then used to tell me to give her the baby. Give me the baby so I can feed the baby. Is there even anything coming out of those breasts? Is there any milk coming out of the breast? Give me the baby so I can actually feed the baby. She would look at me and say this as I was holding up my SNS device, attempting to feed my baby through this contraption. One time she even came downstairs and told me, if you would just give me the baby, I will take the baby to Ghana. And this baby would not have any of these challenges. Just give me the baby. Give me the baby. I will keep the baby for 2 years. And then you can have the baby. The baby will be fine. Culturally, for a lot of women, having their mother-in-law take their baby for a few years is something that they would give for. But those words were really painful for me. And I explained to my mother-in-law, I said, you cannot take the baby from me for 2 years. This is my rainbow baby. I suffered a miscarriage before this child. So I cannot imagine giving up this child. And here are the words that stung. This is what she told me. Oh yes, I remember you had a miscarriage last year. He told me it's because you were running up and about. You were here, here, here. You were everywhere. You were running here and there. You were up and about. You were moving too much. That is why you lost your baby. Anyways, my mother-in-law's words hurt deeply. And I would sit on those words as I was struggling to breastfeed. But you know what saved me? I had an amazing neighbor who would come to check on me. You all have heard me say this story before, but I had an amazing neighbor who would come and check on me and saw that I was struggling. And she referred me to another lactation company that does what? Comes to do in-home lactation services. And when I tell you the lactation consultant who I got to come to my home, she was God sent. She was an angel. She looked at me, knew that I was depressed, and she told me to stop pumping, to stop struggling with this pump, and to leave it alone and to wear my baby any minute I got. My neighbor also talked about therapy. And between the breastfeeding, between my marital struggles, between the hormones, I could not do it anymore. So you know what I did? I went on Psychology Today, and for the first time in my life, I got a therapist. My name is Dr. Choa. I'm a postpartum physician and emergency doctor in Atlanta, Georgia. And this week, I'm going to tell you all stories and events that literally made my postpartum depression worse. Because you know what? We got to share our stories. So add me, follow me, and we're going to just share.
Okay, y'all, I had to hit this story time. Because y'all know, since I posted about my ex-Jamaican husband who gay, right? So many women and men have hit me up on TikTok, Instagram, everything, Facebook, about my husband and shit I didn't know this nigga was doing while he was with me and all this shit. Bitch, I gotta tell y'all this story time, and I'm not gonna include this lady name because, like I told y'all, when y'all give me information, I don't expose like who gave me the information. Okay, but I gotta give y'all this story time because y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. So this happened about a week ago or so. So after I had posted like everything about my husband, y'all know that shit damn near went viral. Y'all, why a lady hit me up, okay? Y'all, this shit just blew my mind. She hit me up and was like, oh, basically, she was speaking more so patois, but I'm gonna say it in English. So basically, she said that she been dealing with my husband. She is married, okay? And I've had a lot of married women hit me up telling me like, oh, I was messing with your husband and this, that, and the third. I've heard all kind of fuck stories. He stole money from them. He infected them with different STDs and this, that, and the third. But this story that this Jamaican lady told me just took me the fuck out of here. Do you understand this? I said I made the best decision walking away from this fuck ass nigga. So let me tell you what the lady told me. She said that she been fucking with my husband. She said for some time now, like she's known him like since before he came foreign. And since he came back, she's been fucking him. Okay. This lady just told me that basically her husband got into it. Her husband gave bun, so her husband cheated on her and shit. So she used Dondre to get back. So she fucked with Dondre, kept fucking him, woo wop. Y'all, why the lady say that she just tested positive for a permanent STD? She wouldn't tell me what it was. She said that it was something that she couldn't get rid of. Bitch, what? And let me tell you how fucked up this story is. Yeah, she wrong for cheating on her husband. Yeah, I told her that. But here's the thing what the lady told me. She was like, basically the STD he infected her with, she infected her husband with. Now her husband running around Jamaica trying to unalive her ass. Because now he has this permanent STD that they done got from my husband. Right? And I was like, but how you know you got it from my husband though? You feel me? Like, how you know, like, were you messing with other niggas too? Or how you know your husband didn't give it to you because you said he was cheating? She was like, because her husband got tested, right? And they was clear. And keep in mind, this was a month before she messed with my husband, right? And she found out about her husband cheating prior to then, which made them get the STD test and making sure they don't have nothing. They both didn't have shit. Okay. So she felt spiteful, went fucked off on her husband and got a permanent STD from my husband. Okay. She said she started feeling all the feelings that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you got an STD, your coochie start feeling different and stuff like that. Y'all, why this lady say they told her she got a permanent STD she can't get rid of. And her husband, something was off with him too, so he went to the doctor. They told him the same shit, but he knew he didn't fuck with, you know, the lady he had been cheating with. He hadn't fucked with her since it got exposed to his wife that he was cheating. Y'all, I'm just sitting here like, there's so many questions, but I ain't even got time to even ask a bitch because I don't give a fuck about the nigga no more. But this man is causing pure chaos in Jamaica, okay? He got couples, married couples, breaking up, trying to unalive each other, all kind of stuff. Then I heard another story. Another lady hit me up and was telling me that basically my husband came, slept with her, right? She got her own place. He came in, you know, did to do with her, whatever. And when she went to sleep, he took all her motherfucking money. This nigga took all her money. Okay, keep in mind, she's a business owner. He took all her money and left. And she said she didn't even know where to find his ass because she had met him online.
All right. Not only did he leave this lady with an STD, he took her money, and she didn't know where the fuck he was at because he gave her a fake name. She said it took for her to go scrolling through her For You page and seeing my post about him being a body man. And that's how she decided. She hit me up and told me what the fuck she got going on. But that's the second lady. There's a grown-ass man that hit me up and told me, y'all can see it, he's in my comments. He's in multiple of my comments. He said that he's my husband's boyfriend in Jamaica. Okay. Then I just had somebody tell me yesterday from the community that my husband out there bringing niggas, all right, into the community, gay niggas to fuck them. I said to myself, this man ain't gonna never change. This shit is just crazy. Like, all the stories I'm getting, you guys, this is just 3-4 stories I'm telling y'all in one. This not even all the ones I've heard. Now, if y'all want more story times about the facts I'm getting about my husband and his family and all this shit, y'all let me know, because I'll hit these story times real quick. Another one is the people from the community all hit me up telling me the community my husband live in, right? Soon to be ex-husband, right? They telling me that basically my husband's father is sleeping with underage boys and literally, what they say, obia? Yeah, voodooing them into silence and then paying them off for silence. But he's messing with children. Bruh. And y'all, this is all from me just posting my story about what the fuck this nigga did to me. I'm finding out all about this shit. They telling me his mom, Charmaine, is covering up for the father who's doing this to little boys. Sleeping with them, taking them to the river, sleeping, like, making them do inappropriate things, paying them off, and then putting voodoo on their ass. Y'all, I know people gossip, but let me tell you why I believe that. I'm going to tell you why I believe it. Because, A, you got to look, when a nigga act the way my husband act, he getting it from somewhere, number one. And number two, the whole time I've been with him, his mama cover up everything to go up in that family. She cover up everything. Because she want it to look like she's perfect. She a Christian. But let me tell you something about a Christian. If you're a Christian, you don't do voodoo. You don't. Because the Bible talks about not having no other gods, not having idol gods, and how God is a very jealous God. So if you go into the voodoo man, then how the fuck is you a Christian? I don't understand her, because she be in church all the motherfucking time, but putting voodoo on people. Tell me how that makes sense. Y'all, if y'all want more story times, motherfucking hit me up, because I got a ton of them, bitch. Ever since I made this motherfucking post, bitch, I got a ton of story times about what bitches is telling me. And keep in mind, for all the women that I'm talking about and the men I'm talking about, I'm not going to expose who y'all are. I'm not going to put your name up here, none of that. But this information is so important, because it's like, what the fuck? This nigga still out there just doing bullshit. Y'all, that is the tea. But, bitch, let me know if y'all want more story times, bitch, and I'm going to hit you with them. So, y'all, I had to hit this motherfucking story time, because y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. Story time, how my gay Jamaican husband is still infecting people and all this shit, right? Yeah, part 2, bitch. So, this morning, I get contacted by a transgender, okay? We listen and we don't judge. I got contacted, and he was telling me everything that going, okay? So, number one, remember how my husband keep posting this old lady, one sexy chin, who's he saying is pregnant by him? And I told y'all she's not, because he can't have kids. And we got him tested here in the U.S. for that, right? Boom. How about it's a whole plot to cover up the fact that he's a gay. Him and his family done made a deal with this lady. She done went and got her pregnant by another man. But she want Dondre so bad. Listen, they done made an agreement with this motherfucking lady that she basically says that it's his baby to cover it up. No, bitch, that ain't gonna work, because DNA don't lie. So y'all can lie all you want to. No, get this. This transgender now sent me screenshots, okay, of him talking to my husband. Today's Wednesday. Today, bitch. Okay? Talking to my husband, telling him like, oh, you got a woman, this, that, and the third. And she not talking about, the tranny's not talking about me. The tranny talk about his new bitch, the old bitch, right? Listen,
He tells the tranny, like, I know she's not pregnant by me. Like, I'm trying to leave the community. He trying to get the tranny to come to the community, which just verifies what the fuck I said. Somebody in the community just told me that he was bringing dudes into the fucking community, right? So these people ain't lying. These people is not lying. So get this. Also, he says that he told Dondre, like, no, I'm not gonna fuck with you. He says something just seemed awful about Dondre, right? Dondre goes and fuck his friend, right? Why his friend got syphilis? Y'all, this nigga is not gonna stop. And for all y'all motherfuckers that's trying to cover up for him, all y'all doing is electing him infect more people across Jamaica. And what happens if it's your mother? What happens if your sister? That this man's fucking niggas and then going back and infecting y'all women. And guess who gonna be infected next? Y'all niggas. Cause guess what? He gonna crack them. They gonna let you crack them. And guess what? They gonna give you everything this nigga got. Yo, like, this nigga is wild. Then, hold on, let's go back. The transgender is telling me, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to get him to come into the community to fuck him. And he's telling him, like, bro, no, that's not safe for me. Like, he's trying to tell this man, like, everything's a lie and this, that, and the third. He just using this bitch, the old bitch. Okay, he talk about something, oh, I'm just using this bitch. She's basically covering up for me. She's saying she's pregnant by me. I know it's not mine because I cannot have kids. Now, this man that sent me the screenshots of my husband today telling this man that. But y'all think a bitch just getting on here because a bitch is hurt. I've been over this nigga. I ain't been with this nigga in a year. I'm concerned about people getting infected. And look what just happened. Somebody else just got infected with something else, which is syphilis. So that showed me he got a whole bunch of motherfucking STDs and all kind of shit. And he's spreading it all around Jamaica. Like, what the fuck? Ladies, men, be cautious. Dondre Went McDermott, he's not playing, y'all. Y'all didn't see what he changed his name to? Somebody sent me the screenshot what he changed his name to on TikTok. One Unstoppable Dre. That's a motherfucker who telling y'all, I'm going to keep infecting y'all motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep doing it. Y'all ain't going to do shit about it. Type shit. The man is crazy. Y'all, like, the only reason I'm not posting the screenshots is because this person is a transgender in Jamaica, and I'm not going to put that person in harm's way. I'm not going to do that for nobody, so I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not going to do that. But I will keep warning you guys. This man is continuing to infect men and women. And the woman that he's with, One Sexy Chin, up here on TikTok, he's using her as a cover story for his fuckery and for him being a body man. And so for what he's telling everybody, his family done turned on. He's saying that his mama and daddy done turned on him and this, that, and the third, la-di-da-di-da, cry me a river. At the end of the day, I'm more so concerned about the people that's being infected. Syphilis, that's not no joke. You can't get rid of that. HIV, you cannot get rid of that. You can manage, you could take medication, but you cannot get rid of that shit, you know? Y'all be aware. Ladies, men, Dondre Went McDermott, y'all better avoid that nigga. His picture is on my page. I posted a post about him that went viral. Listen, y'all, this shit ain't no game because this man is literally out here. He's not out here in the U.S. He's deported from this bitch. He's in Jamaica, bitch. Trelawney, Bunkers Hill, bitch. He's out there infecting motherfuckers. And now he talk about he trying to run from the community to get away from everything. Bro, hell no. Y'all, please be safe, bro. Please be safe because of a nigga, man. It's not no joke. And this is a whole man reaching out to me, showing me the screenshot of my husband been trying to run this man down for a year. And just recently asking the man to come into the community, talk about he got his own place and he could come there to fuck and all that shit. Y'all, me done talk. You better take heed to what the fuck I'm saying. So, y'all, this about my post yesterday about the tranny, my soon-to-be ex-Jamaican husband. infecting all these people in Jamaica, transgenders and all that. So I've had a few people overnight. I just ain't had time to sit down and actually make a post. Basically send me screenshots that on my soon-to-be ex-husband, because I don't want to call it, that's why I said bitch, I don't even call him my husband, bitch. He's something else. Something of the devil, a devil spawn. But they said that he posted some screenshots for me and stuff like that. But they were saying like his story doesn't make sense. So I wasn't even going to address it because I really don't give a fuck about the nigga. I mean, he could post what he want to post. I don't give a damn because ain't nothing he posting factual. He just trying to cover his ass because I got the receipts, and now everybody is starting to expose him. It's not just me. Other people are coming forward and exposing his ass. So he's trying to cover his ass. So let me go ahead and give y'all the tea. Clock it. So he's basically posted screenshots from way last year. If y'all watch my TikTok live, y'all will know I told y'all a story time. Not a really story time. I told y'all a story about how when I went to Jamaica last year, everybody, because they was in my comment, they was like, why you went to Jamaica for him? I was like, I didn't. I went for another nigga. We weren't even together. I went for a whole other nigga and he was passing out. And so I linked up with him. I told him to pick me up. So he posted like the screenshots from that. So that was back last July. That was in July because that was the first time I went to Jamaica was July. It was before my birthday and then I went after my birthday. So all that is irrelevant to anything. He trying to say, oh, you did me this, you did me that. I did this to him, right, a year ago, right? But y'all see the messages from the tranny? The tranny that said he's been blowing me up for a year. Make it make sense. And then look in the screenshots, y'all, he literally told on himself. Y'all see the screenshot from this tranny, how the tranny be on video chat with him. Y'all see the background of the screenshots the tranny sent. It matches the screenshots he posts. So that shows those screenshots came from his shit. So he was the one messaging the tranny. He really just told on himself in the post. So, y'all, I really don't give a damn what he posts about me. I mean, his opinion of me don't matter because you over here infecting people, men, women. You over here got a lady lying, saying she pregnant by you to cover up the fact that you gay. Look, you got a lot going on, brother. I really don't give a damn. Ain't nothing you can say about me. Because as long as my nigga love it, I love it. That's all I give a fuck about. Is my big ace. Big ace, not the little one. Get it right. Okay? So I ain't even address. All he doing, y'all, is telling on himself. Look at the screenshots the tranny sent. And then go look at the screenshot background of what he posted from his own phone. And then he was like, oh, I'm wicked. I'm doing all this because I want him back. If I wanted him back, don't y'all think the screenshots I posted where this man was trying to beg for me back, don't you think I would have just gave in and said, okay, I want you back? Come on now. Cause let's be real. Yes, I was stupid before, but bitch, I ain't stupid now. And so why the fuck would I? That don't even make sense. Like, so basically his story, his side of the story is that I cheated on him and I did him wrong. But yet he has not addressed messing with these trannies because they pulling receipts from recent, bitch. You pulling some shit from last July, brother. They pulling receipts from yesterday, bitch. These motherfuckers say, yo, I'm low-key like stunned that, hot damn, you done pissed off the transgenders to where they feel like they gotta expose your bitch ass because you doing all this bullshit, bruh. But you still focused on me. That shows you the one obsessed with me. I'm not obsessed with you. I'm just posting the facts so these people don't get infected because God knows if I can't tell y'all how the fuck I would react if a nigga gave me something I cannot get rid of. Gave me something, period. Because I already tapped out on him when he gave me that gonorrhea in August last year when I was in that bitch. But y'all, like, for the people asking me how I feel about it, like, oh, what is what he said ain't even motherfucking true. He's trying to play the victim like He had a whole girl that is a follower on here. She could confirm. He had a whole girl he was screwing out there. He was screwing a girl in Montego Bay, Cooley. He was screwing the nigga that I posted the screenshots with, of who he had saved on the freak. But he trying to play the victim and say, oh, she came out here for another man. You was clapping cheeks with freak. the nigga in your phone from St. Catherine. What the fuck? So nothing he's saying making sense, because if y'all actually go and look at my screenshots, everything he's saying don't even make sense. He's just trying to throw shit out there to throw y'all off and make, because he think y'all stupid. He think y'all stupid and y'all not gonna put two and two together about what his ass doing. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker believe me or not. It don't make me no different. Because I'm going to still go in there. I'm going to still work, maintain my house. I got my own house, my own car. And then he posted where I asked him for some money. No, what he didn't post, that's way last year. He can't post nothing from this year because I don't deal with him. All I've been asking for this year is the divorce. You feel me? Okay, so they say he posted, well, from the screenshots they had sent me, I read for myself that he had posted that I was asking him for money, talk about something broke bitch, go get a job. Let's be clear. Everybody who knows Dondre knows he has no money. Never has had money. He always been a broke ass nigga. He broke now, always been broke, will probably forever be broke because he just don't want to make no money. He want people to fund him, which is why he gay. But anyways, because he know them gay niggas gonna fund his ass. All right, them Jamaican women is not about to fund him. The fuck what? The one he with probably will, because, you know, she old and she seemed a little desperate for a younger guy. And so I understand why I understand where she coming from. I don't got no beef with her. Like, she just keeps speaking on me. And sometimes people just can't compete where they can't compare. So they gonna speak on you. So I don't really pay her no mind anyway. Because you look like that and I look like this. That I'm not gonna argue with nobody over no gay nigga like that. That's ridiculous. Why the fuck I'm gonna argue with you? And I know he don't even like you, bitch. He like niggas. That don't make no sense. But yeah, he posted a screenshot basically where I asked him for some money. No, this what happened. This nigga was tripping because his birthday is December 23rd, right? Capricorn ass nigga. So he was asking me to send him money to Jamaica. And I was like, no. Like, I ain't sending you a fuck thing. Like, why the fuck would I do that? So my son was like, ask that nigga for some money. That nigga never come up and ask him for some money and see what that nigga say. So I told him, you can't do nothing for your wife. Because my point is, bitch, if you can't do nothing for me, what the fuck you keep asking me to do stuff for you? You feel me? So that's why that message came about. And that was from last year when he kept begging for money and all this other shit. I'm like, nigga, you send me some money. Switch this shit up. Send me some money. You feel me? So his screenshots that he posted ain't even saying that you basically looking dumb, sounding dumb. Like, I don't pay you no mind, bitch. I wouldn't even know you posted that if motherfuckers didn't send it to me because I don't give a damn about your hoe. At the end of the day, he just trying to cover up for himself. Bitch, you trying to cover up because these transgenders exposing you, bitch. Why you not talk about last month where you met up with a transgender in Montego Bay like the screenshot say from the transgender? Why you not talking about how you gave another transgender syphilis? Okay, that's a we here to see, bitch. We ain't here to talk about what happened last year between you and your wife and she went with another nigga. I sure the fuck did. Fuck you mean? I'm gonna go, what? He came to the U.S. and was doing all kind of fuckery, so why I can't come to Jamaica and fuck with who I want to? I'm on that type of time. Think about it, ladies. If a nigga give you bun, you just gonna sit there and take it? Or you gonna do your big one? Boss up on a nigga. The fuck? That's all I did, and that's why he mad. Bossed up on a bitch. So I keep getting the same question by everybody. You know, why I stayed with my Jamaican husband even though I knew he was gay. Everybody keeps saying, why you stayed with him even after you knew he was gay? Okay, so let's tap in. Keep in mind, I'm not with him no more. I'm in a whole nother relationship. But story time, since everybody want to know. Okay, here we go. So everybody wanted to know basically why I stayed with him and how I found out he was gay. Okay, so let's tap into it. So he basically went to stay with his godmom in Lakeland, right? Because we had got into it. He went to stay with her, whatever the fuck. So when he went with her,
he ended up saying he wanted to reconcile our relationship, so he was gonna come spend the night, whatever the fuck, spend like the weekend or some shit. So when he came, his phone was ringing at 3 a.m, and I was like, who the fuck he calling his phone and texting? So naturally when somebody you go back through the beginning of the text because you want to see the bitch, you want to see who it is. Like, who the fuck is this hoe? Like, So I'm looking, and I go all the way back to the beginning, and I see he say like, hey, it's Dre. And they be like, Dre who? He was like, from Tagged. Like, y'all know the dating website? So the dude sends him a video. And the dude is basically riding the pony in the video. The dude is. I said, I know this ain't what I think. He sent another video. So I said, hold on, this a dude? This ain't even a female? Hold the fuck. So I started reading through the messages. Y'all, turned out they done met up at his godmom's house in Lakeland, and he done smashed the dude on the couch. This man said, and please don't make me post these screenshots, Lord, because I still got them. After all this time, I keep receipts because niggas lie. He said, he was like, the dude was like, you understand, like, I'm not dressed like a girl. I'm just like a regular dude. And my soon-to-be ex-husband, I kid you not, and I can post a screenshot. This man said, come inside and bend over on the couch and let me F that A. Y'all. So I said, hold on. So this man explicitly told him, I'm a man. I look like I'm dressed like a regular boy, regular man. I'm not dressed like no female. And he still told him to come in. I said, so then I sent Dondre, I started talking to him about it, and then he had ended up going to work or something, and I texted him, and I was like, you gay? Like, I asked him, like, because you mess with it. You know what his excuse was? He said, oh, no, baby, I was just confused when we broke up. I was confused, and I just did that, and it was a one-time thing. Y'all make that make sense to me. So then, from there, it just became a repeated cycle. That's when everything started coming out. That's when I started realizing he was in relationships with these dudes, because there was a dude, I call him Big Worm, because he a big black transgender dude, but he's huge. He's like huge. And he look like Big Worm on Friday, so I call him Big Worm. Y'all, this man hit me up, told me that my husband was meeting up with him in the back of the house, like in the back, because I had a sliding door in my backyard to go out towards my backyard. My husband would go out the back door and meet him on the back street, and they would go to the park and do the do. And he said, anytime I pull up, it's because your husband eating my butt. That's what that man told me. I couldn't believe, y'all. I never get with another Jamaican man. Because now I just have a mindset that all Jamaican men gay. Because now I be thinking, because I think about how he be bleaching and how he always be trying to look pretty and shit like that. It makes sense. Then I realized, because he told me he just was the giver. Years later, I found out he was the receiver. He was getting cracked by dudes out here. Y'all, I got a second story time for this, because this one was recent. This was right before he went back to Jamaica. And keep in mind, through all this, we not divorcing just because he just sleeping with dudes. He sleep with dudes, women. He gives STDs. And then, like, he be stealing people money. He be doing all kind of stuff. It just seemed like it was a never-ending cycle. Like, he just always was on some stuff. And he was putting his hands on me when I try to leave. I'm just like, I'm done with the relationship. He was very abusive, like putting his hands on me. He tried to kill me. That's why he's deported. Don't make me post the screenshots, because the man tried to kill me 10 times and was arrested. But then he went back to Jamaica and told everybody, oh, she tried to, she kept having me locked up. I had you locked up, but you had yourself locked up. What he don't tell y'all, and I could post the court record, he's the one who called the police. And he went and told everybody, oh, she called the police on me. No, the police record says He's on the 911 call telling the police that I beat him, and he'll be lying. Like, y'all went through hell. I just thank God for deliverance, because God knows that man was wicked. And let me be clear, any woman to get with him, please don't hit me up and try to bother me. Listen, he's dead to me. I don't pay no mind to him. And I'm out of that situation. I thank God for it. But that's my story time. And I probably got a second one, because I got the recent one. So I'm going to do another story time when I actually get up and do my hair, because I'm looking like a bald head bitty. All right, bye.
I want y'all to know and understand that people will treat y'all exactly how they feel about y'all. For an example, my birthday was yesterday. Mind you, I had already been praying that I wanted to have one of the best birthdays ever, since prior to every birthday that I ever had, I was either crying or I had something going on my birthday, and which made my birthday not be good. But I'm definitely blessed and, happy and excited to see another year. And I definitely make sure that I tell God that all of the time. But, as a human, I still have feelings. So I just wanted to tell y'all about how yesterday really went. It's like the people closest to you, or the people that ask you for the most, never have anything to give. Like, that's when I know that some people are definitely monitoring spirits, and some folks just worthless sometimes. I'm trying to find the exact words to put in this, because I am not a perfect human being, and I don't want to, y'all know. But I still have feelings, and it's like the people that I do the most for does nothing for me. Nothing at all. And it's just like, dang, I'm talking about, don't give me nothing for my birthday, but out and about, out at clubs, just out. And it's just like, you feel what I'm saying? Even when I had this little, I gave you this much, because that's all I had. And me personally, I feel like love is a sacrifice. I do feel as though love is a sacrifice. God gave his only begotten son and sacrificed his son for our sins. Our mothers, sacrificed their lives and their bodies in a life or death situation to prove to their kids and show their kids that they love their kids. Love is a sacrifice. I don't care. And this ain't to the people who, looked out or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying the people closest to me, y'all. I have to say this because it's like, WTF for real. Like, I'm talking about people would get so used to you just coming through and you just spending your last and you just this and you just that they don't even care. Like, it's like, what? Like, bruh, I don't care if you had $1. You could have gave me 25 cents. That's just how I feel. It don't matter, y'all. It's the thought that counts. When people say it's the thought that counts, it's definitely the thought that counts. Like, folk just, you feel me? Like, I be having to talk to myself, and not only talk to myself, but talk to God at the same time, because it's like, am I tripping? Am I? I know I'm not, but I gotta ask for confirmation. Like, I know I'm not tripping. And I do give all my problems to God, but in a way, as a human, I still got feelings. You feel me? But I just had to tell y'all that, because I'm like, I just had to tell, like, people will show you how they feel about you, basically.
So when I was in high school, I used to just be unhinged. And there was a point where I kind of realized my parents never really grounded me. They would say I was like grounded, and then like the next day they would just forget. I had those type of parents, right? So once I became once I started doing that, I was kind of out of their control, right? But I had older brothers who didn't gentle parent. And mind you, my parents are super gentle people who adopted 4 crazy, not gentle kids. So once my mom realized I didn't listen to them, she would call my older brother. So when I was around 16, my older brother was 19 or 20. he's basically like my dad. And I remember this one time I was trying to go out that night, and my mom was like, no, you're not going out. And I ran out the door anyways. I started walking down the street, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just thinking like, oh, my parents are just going to be pissed, blowing me up all night or whatever. No, y'all. I get out our neighborhood. I'm walking down the street. I'm about to meet up with my friends. I told them to meet me at the gas station down, like a little bit down our road. And can someone tell me why a black car pulls up to the side of me? I look, and my brother hops out the car. And as soon as I see my brother, I start booking it. And mind you, my brother, in high school, was their star running back. I was running from a star running back. So, y'all know how that ended. He literally caught up to me, but instead of just like me stopping, I didn't. He jumped and tackled me. So mind you, this is the side of the road. He jumps and tackles me, and then my other brother hops out the car. And one brother has my arms, the other one has my feet. I'm screaming. I'm like, get off me. They throw me in the car, and they bring me right back to my mom's house. They drag me into the house. And my older brother goes, I got nothing to do today. He was like, I got nothing to do tonight. I'm going to sit here all night. You're not going nowhere. I was pissed. Oh, this is an avocado face mask. Anyways, about an hour goes by, and at this point, my friends have left me. I'm pissed. I wanted to go see my boyfriend at the time. So, they took my phone too. My mom took my phone, like, not my mom. My brothers took my phone and then gave it to my mom. So I'm pissed. I'm in my room, and they're all downstairs just talking, basically playing prisoner guard. So I was like, you know what? I said I could do this. I was like, because in my parents' house, we live in a cul-de-sac. And usually I run out the cul-de-sac out, and then I try to run out the neighborhood. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to run out the door, but go to the side of the house. And I'm going to wait. And they're going to think that I ran out. So they're going to all hop in their cars and go. That's exactly what I did. They were all in the kitchen. I snuck downstairs as slow as I can. I opened the door, and I slammed it. And I booked and slammed the door because I knew they already heard me coming down. Anyways, I hear all of them running out the door, hopping in the car. They hop in the car and they take off. As soon as I see the cars, I go out this other way, and I'm walking down the street. And mind you, this is like 11 o'clock at night. It's late. But my stupid ass had no phone. I had no shoes because I thought of the plan all in once. I was walking to the bathroom. I was like, you know what? Let me just book it, leave. Like, all this happened in like 3 minutes of me planning out what to do. So I had no shoes on. I had no socks on. I had no phone. I was in booty shorts and a cami. At the time, I was in my Sophie shorts. Y'all know what Sophie shorts are? Yeah, I was in some Sophie shorts and a cami. Anyways, I'm walking down the street, and a little whoopty pulls up beside me, and it's this, like, he looks like a 50-year-old crackhead. I'm not joking you. He rolls down the window and goes, what are you doing out here by yourself? I'm like, walking. He goes, do I need to take you somewhere? It's dangerous. You could get picked up by a creep. Me looking at the creep trying to pick me up. I'm like, yeah, I need a ride. And he was like, and I said, I also need to use your phone. And he's like, okay, hop in. I get in this random man's car. I call my boyfriend, but I'm pretending like I'm talking to a girl. So I'm not like, hey, babe. No, I'm pretending like I'm talking to a girlfriend. And because before the phone call, we stopped at this gas station, and he was like, I got to go in and get something. He left the keys in the car and everything. And I'm just looking around, and I'm looking through his car. I saw some construction stuff in the back. He had a bow in the glove compartment, and I didn't know how to drive, but I was like, should I steal the car? But anyways, he goes inside. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I got to get to the McDonald's. So he comes back out. He's like, where do you need to go? Like, I said, can I use your phone? I need to call one of my friends. I need you to drop me off to her. And he was like, okay, yeah, of course. So I call my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, I have it really low. I'm like, I need you to meet me at the McDonald's by your house. And he was like, why? It's lit. At this point, it's past 12 a.m. He's like, it is midnight. Like, what do you mean meet me at the McDonald's by my house? I'm like, just meet me there. I'll tell you everything. I left my mom, and I tell him like a quick thing. He goes, okay, I'll meet you there. So we start driving. And on the way to this drive, y'all, this creep dude starts going, how old are you? I'm like, 16. He's like, oh, he goes, you ran away? I was like, kinda. And he was like, you know I could take care of you, right? I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, I could take care of you. I could buy you wigs. He was like, I could get you a hotel right now, and I could go buy you a whole new wardrobe. You don't even have to go to school no more. He was like, you could just live with me in this hotel. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds so good. Like, I'll take that up. Let me just meet up with my friend, and then I might bring my friend back with me. You know, like, I'm literally milking the fuck out of this. I'm just like, yeah, of course. So he's just like, okay. And so we're getting close to there. And I'm like, so you can leave. I was like, I'm going to call you in 2 hours to come pick me and my friend back up. I'm just going to sit and talk with them. And he's like, okay. He's like, are you sure you're going to come back? I'm like, yeah, I promise. So after I convinced this 50-year-old man that I'm going to bring back another 16-year-old girl to a hotel, he leaves. And I walk from the McDonald's to like this little intersection part. And I see my boyfriend sitting there, and I'm like, boyfriend! And I like go and I hug him, and I'm like, I've been through the ringer to get here. And my boyfriend's kind of pissed. He's like, yeah, so why would you do all this? And I'm just like, because she wouldn't let me out. He was like, we could have just saw you at school the next day. Like, why would you do all this? And I'm like, this ain't the tone like I was thinking you was gonna have. Like, mind you, I'm 16 and he's 17. So he kind of maybe thinks a little smarter than me, y'all. Anyways, he goes, please don't be mad at me. I'm like, what? He was like, I called your mom. I'm like, he goes, they're on the way here to pick you up. He was like, we can't just sit out here all night, Ohana. He's like, it's midnight. You are a 16-year-old girl who just got out a random person's car. He's like, this is not okay. And I'm just like, why would you do that? I'm freaking the fuck out. Y'all, all I see, my mom whip around this damn corner, and all I see is my brothers hop out the car. I'm freaking the fuck out. I think I'm about to get my ass beat. They run right past me and start jumping my 17-year-old boyfriend. Like, jumping him to the point where they all fall into the road. And my brother brought one of his friends with me, and they're trying to grab. I'm like, my mom's screaming at my brothers, like, get off him. He's the one who called me, stupids. Like, what are you doing? But my brothers are just so mad. They think that it's his idea that I came out here. And I'm like, no, it was my idea. Like, stop. And then one of my brother's friends, like, kind of pick up what's going on. So he's, like, grabbing my brother. He goes, nah, chill, bro. Like, he's the one who called your mom. And, like, gets him off. And my boyfriend, he's like, what the fuck? I called you guys. And he just starts walking away. He leaves. At this point, I'm like, this boy, this was like my first real boyfriend, y'all. I'm like, this boy never gonna talk to me again. I'm freaking out in the car. I'm like, God, what? I hate all you. I'm like, I hate y'all. I'm gonna kill myself tonight. Like, I was freaking the fuck out. I was very dramatic too at 17. Very dramatic. This was the end of my world, this whole incident. Like, now that I think about it, I was so unhinged, and my mom should have beat my ass after that. Anyways, I was actually real grounded after that. That was my first time being real grounded, and my parents stood on motherfucking business after that, and so did my brothers. And then I never did nothing like that again. I still was unhinged doing crazy shit, but once I was like, okay, I never ran out the house again, y'all, but that was an experience. That was an experience.
All right, y'all, so here I am again, back with another video, and I'm gonna tell y'all how my high school basketball coach took me to his house after an away game and slept with me when I was 16. So when I was in high school or whatever, I ran track and I played basketball, and I was really good at both. I was an athlete. Like, when I tell y'all straight athlete, I was only focused like on my grades and my sports or whatever. So my mom worked or whatever. She would get up every day like 4 or 5 a.m. and my mom wouldn't get off work until about like evening time. So she had to beat traffic. My mom probably would make it home by 5. My mom was the type of mom that was like, okay, if you have to go to tutoring, if you have to do any other extracurricular activities, etc., you're gonna have to find your own way home. Period, point blank. I'm not giving you a ride. I'm not picking you up. None of that. If you can't catch the bus, like, I don't know, you got to find your own way home. That's how that started. So you know, I played basketball from like 5th grade up. So this was, I would say I was 16 because I graduated when I was 17. So this had to be my junior year in high school. We had a new male basketball coach, whatever. And you know, everything, it was normal at the beginning, right? So mind y'all, I'm very, I don't want to say grown for my age, but I was very mature at a very young age. So I was experiencing a lot of stuff. I went through a lot of stuff. So me being 16, like I knew how to hold a intellectual conversation. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I didn't have like a bird brain. I'm not even gonna say that. Let me scratch that. I didn't have like a childlike mind at 16. At 16, I thought I was grown, and not in the sense of like being fast, but I was just mature. Like I'm not like the rest of these girls or whatever. Like I'm more advanced than I should be, honestly. So we had got a new basketball coach or whatever. First impression, it was like, okay, he was normal. Like, you know, y'all in school, you know, girls or guys, they'll see a teacher, they'll see a coach or whatever, they'll be like, oh, they fine or whatever. I never really looked at him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just so focused on my grades at school, I really didn't look at him like that. So I'll see, you know, on and on in the season, you know, I didn't have a lot of rides. So he knew that, and I was like one of the star players on the basketball team. So like, obviously you want your star player or one of your star players to make it to practice and make it to the game. So he started giving me rides home after the games. So I can't even tell you, I'm pretty sure that was not legal. I don't know if coaches are able to give, but anyways, I digress. He ended up being my ride home after the games or whatever. So yeah, so it was one after away game. I think we were playing like Kimball or somebody. Like, I can't remember what school, or it could have been no, I forgot what school we were playing, but that's besides the point. So anyways, like, I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna tell y'all about that. I'm gonna tell y'all how everything led up to this point. So obviously I was not, my senior year, I think I was captain. Junior year I was co-captain. I always started in the games, obviously, because I was that girl. But anyways, that's not about that. So I would have to get the keys from him to go to the locker room or the ballroom to, you know, get the balls and get everything set up for practice. So, you know, this day it was just like a normal day. I'll go to him like, hey coach, like whatever, can I get the keys, you know, set up for a practice or whatever. So, one, like he handed me the keys, but he could like kind of like rub my hand, like when he gave me the keys or whatever. And that was when I knew, like, okay, he on a different. So mind you, like, when me and him would talk or whatever, we'll be in a group setting, like, I would see him, like, giving me the eye and stuff, and, like, it was just very, like, I'm not even gonna say innocent because it was kind of known. Like, I kind of felt like he was, like, feeling me. Like, it's weird to say, but I kind of felt this, like, tension. And so that was the first time he actually, like, physically, you know, like, touched me. So, I got the keys or whatever, I ignored it. The next day or two or so, like, you know, we had practice again, so I'm always the one setting up for practice. So I was like, coach, I get the keys or whatever. So he ended up doing it again. And y'all, like, it came to a point where we was just doing that for a little while, and I actually started to reciprocate. Like, I was like, you know, I was like, when he would give me the keys, I started rubbing on him too. So it was one point, like, I had went to go get the balls or whatever, and he followed me into the room. And so, like, we had like a washer dryer setup type of deal, and I was in there like getting, it was a game day or whatever. So yeah, I remember like it was a game day. You know, I had to go put the jerseys and everything in the washer, make sure everybody's jerseys, make sure all the uniforms and stuff is clean. So I went there, he came in there after me or whatever. And like, you know, I was bent over getting the jerseys out the dryer. And like, he came in, like, he like brushed his, you know, up behind me or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy. So it wasn't this particular game, but that was like the second big, you know, physical interaction that had happened between us or whatever. So I'm not gonna say it wasn't that game day. It was probably like the next away game. You know, he had to take me home. So I guess on the way, like, he was just basically like, you want to come back to my apartment? So I'm like, I mean, I guess, like, I mean, my mom, you know, she think I'm at a game or whatever. She don't know when my games are over with, this, that, and the other, whatever. So yeah, y'all, so we ended up going back to his apartment. Mind y'all, like around this time I was 16, so I lost my V card at 14. I had just had my first sexual encounter with a guy at 16. I think it was 16. I actually like, had with a guy on my, on my own or whatever. So he was probably like the third guy I ever slept with in my life. So we get to the point, whatever, he makes him a drink. He asked me if I want a drink. Mind you, I'm an athlete. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't do nothing. But it was just like, like whatever. So he ended up making me a drink. Y'all know what ended up happening after that. Like, whatever. Like, actually, he took a shower, I took a shower. And then, we was just chilling. Like, baby, just grown. Like, and back then, I'm thinking like, oh, it's normal. No. So, yeah, I'm thinking like, well, I was flirting with him. Like, whatever, I'm being grown. I think I'm not going to disclose his name or whatever, because this was like, it doesn't matter how long ago it was, but obviously I'm 29 now. This was like I was 16. So, yeah. So, if you was to Seagoville, it was only one male coach at that time, around that time. So, if y'all do know who it is, just don't say anything, because it's like I'm not making these to like air anybody's business or anything like that. I'm just speaking my truth and like just telling y'all about all the stuff that's happened to me. Like, seriously. But yeah, so at the time I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, I wanted to do it. But it's like, it goes back to like how men prey on you. Like, him knowing my situation with my mom, knowing that, oh, I'm not gonna have no ride. Like, him like, oh, we're spending more and more time together. So it's like he's feeding off of this, my weakness or whatever. So yeah, it's just like, at first, I'm telling him my situation. I'm like, yeah, I'm good at basketball. I want to play basketball. I've been playing basketball, obviously, all middle school, almost all high school, whatever. And I'm telling him, like, I'm not going to be able to make practice or this and that. So, obviously, it was out of genuine help at first. And then it just went from one thing to the next. And so, it's crazy because I actually forgot about this incident up until, like, I forget about it and then it comes back on and off. But when I sit down and I think about all of the things that's happened to me growing up, it came across my mind yesterday, because I was like, I really forgot about that. I was a junior in high school, 16 years old, and this 30-something-year-old man took me to his apartment to sleep with me. Somebody who's supposed to be a male role, like my coach. So, like, a lot of people are gonna, for one, growing up, everything that happened to me, I used to hate my mom. Like, I used to despise her, because I felt like every time something bad happened to me is when she wasn't around, especially in my younger years. So it's like, if my mom was picking me up, this is how I used to think about stuff. I always blamed her. If my mom was picking me up on a regular basis, I wouldn't have to ask this grown man for no rides. Like, period. Like, and it's just like, dang, I'm always put in like compromising situations. And genuinely at the beginning, I wasn't even on that type of time with him until he like was like, okay. So then I was like, okay, but it doesn't make it right at the end of the day. Some people probably blame me. Oh, you were being fast. You were doing this and that. But at the end of the day, I'm a 16-year-old girl. He's my basketball coach, and he took me back to his place and slept with me. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, y'all, like, he didn't like force himself on me or anything like that. I'm not making this to that extent, because it wasn't really like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, being an adult, and my 16-year-old's basketball coach took, like, oh yeah, it's going down. And no, I didn't tell my mom until I was like 25. I never said anything. I told like a few of my friends. I told one girl that I was playing basketball with. I told my best friend, but and I don't know who they told. I wouldn't know. But it's like, I told a couple people, but I was just like, whatever. Like, I did what I did, like, whatever. But now being grown, it's just like, that was just another man preying on me. Like, the third man I ever slept with. And then it's so crazy, because it hurt so bad. It was not enjoyable at all. Like, I started to bleed. It was just a big thing. Like, but yeah. it's like being an adult now, growing up. I don't blame my mom anymore. I've forgiven her like a long time ago because my mom didn't abuse me. You know, it was all these men and stuff, but this is just my life. And no wonder why I'm so, like, I don't trust anybody. I feel like everybody's out to get me. I'm always in my head. I'm always overthinking. I'm always questioning every fucking thing because of all this trauma. Like, I've had some really good boyfriends, y'all. Y'all know I'm married, but me and my husband's situation is different. But I've had some really good boyfriends, and I just self-sabotage, don't believe they really love me, just out to get me, da-da-da-da. But yeah, y'all, there's just another story time of how I was used and abused. But hey, I'm here. I'm alive. A little crazy, but I'm alive. So.
Look, man, I have nothing against the gay community, bro. Like, you like what you like. I like what I like. Very simple. I don't really get in y'all business. Y'all don't got to get in mine. But look, though, why don't y'all take no for an answer, though? Respectfully, if I tell you I'm not on that, why do you keep? You not gonna crack open this egg, bruh. No, I'm at the gym minding my own business on incline dumbbell press. I'm going crazy, you feel me? Top of my chest feeling like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you feel me? Peep your boy. All right, I'm vibing. Big dude come up behind me talking about, oh, you need a spot? Huge dude, like big dude. No, I don't need no spot, bro. These 50s. It's a warm-up. This ain't nothing for me. Nothing for me. Nothing. I said, in the middle of my set, I'm like, nah, bro, I don't need a spot. Bro walks off. I'm thinking that's the end of our interaction. No, that's the beginning. I press the 50s for like 10 reps, you feel me? I pick up the 60s, press those for like, you feel me, another 10 reps, right? Now I'm up to the 70s. I'm warmed up, right? When I pick up the 70s though, and I'm going back to my chair, I'm going back to my seat, there's a mirror, you feel me, that I'm sitting in front of, right? In the mirror, I could see everything behind me. Old dude that asked to spot me is behind me. You feel me? And I can see him looking directly at me, bro. I'm starting to I be peeping stuff, man. And I don't feel comfortable right now. So I turn around and look at bro. I can't really talk to him for real, for how far I'm standing from him, right? I give him a dirty look. I'm like, what you got going on? He looking at me like, whoa, gang, whoa. Bro, he looking at me like I'm like fresh meat. Yo, no. I was like, you know what? It's 7:30 in the morning. I don't want to deal with this. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna sit back down on my bench and start to push these 70s, right? I get to like my 8th rep, you feel me, on the incline press, right? Get to my 8th rep. You know, reps get a little slower, you feel me, as the weight starts to progress, and my body's like, you know, starting to get, you know, a lot of blood flow, you feel me? So I'm getting a little slower, right? By like the 9th rep, I hear steps behind me coming towards me though. It's dude trying to spot me. First off, I didn't ask for a spot. I didn't ask for it. These are the reps I want to earn. That's how you gain muscle. Why are you trying to spot me? So he's like above. He spotted me, and he's standing right above me. Like he's standing like right above me, like Debo was standing above old dude in Friday, gang. No, this angle is not it, bruh. Back up, it's 7:30 in the morning. So I drop the weights immediately, right? I put the weights down, I get up, I'm like, yo, what you got going on, bro? He was like, man, it seemed like you needed a spot, man. I was like, bro, look at your muscles, man. You didn't get your muscles off getting a spot off of reps you should have earned. Come on, bro. I'm trying to get like you. Come on, bro. Like, stop. He's like, my bad, bro. You feel me? I just want to help a brother out. I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like, it's all good. Now I'm gonna pick up these 80s, and you know these 80s gonna be heavy. Don't spot me, bro. I don't need a spot. Let's just back up. I gotta do 80 pounds now. I gotta earn this. So my goal for the 80s is 6 reps. You feel me? If I can do 6 reps, it's cool for me. Boom. I pick up the 80s. First rep, breezy. Second rep, breezy. Third rep, breezy. Fourth rep, getting a little hard. You feel me? Fifth rep, bro. Oh my God. The 6th rep, bro come up behind me and start spotting me again. No, absolutely not, bro. Like, absolutely not, bro. First off, I had it, bro. I didn't need you, right? I dropped the weights immediately. I turn around to bro. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you got going on, But you need to get away from me, bro. Respectfully, I don't care how big you is. You're not finna keep acting like this with me, bro. Like, who are you? He's like, you know what? Can I be honest with you? I was like, yeah. What you want? What you need? He was like, man, I've been seeing you coming in and out this gym for the past like 2 months now, man. And you know, I was just seeing if I can get your number. What the? Completely thrown off. Completely thrown off. Because this started off as, I thought it was a gym dude just trying to be there for you, for another gym dude. It turned out, bro, been looking at me for the past 2 months. I'm tweaking. Mind you, bro, like 250, built like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I feel like if I tell bro no, he gonna try to force me. But you know what? I've been through worse. So I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. I don't really swing that way. Respectfully, I kept it respectful though. You feel me? Because I ain't want big bro to get mad and, you know, start a problem in the gym. I gotta get the weights and, you know, hit you with them. I don't want to do all that with you. You feel me? So I kept it respectful. OG gonna be like, oh man, yo lost. I was gonna show you the world. What? Get away from me, OG. Get away from me. He walks off, then I continue to keep doing my full body workout routine. You feel me? The whole time I'm working out though, I'm like, that was a weird interaction. You feel me? It's in the back of my head. I'm like, that was weird. You feel me? But it's all good, whatever. Ain't the first time it happened. I get hit on all the time. It's high-key weird. I don't know what y'all seeing a nigga, but whatever, right? Towards the end of my workout, I do cardio. I do 30 minutes of fasted cardio every single day after I work out, right? I go to the Stairmaster to do my 30 minutes. I'm on the Stairmaster, feel me? Reading my Bible, you know what I'm saying? Doing my vibe, I'm on my vibe, right? Bro, oh my God. The same dude that spotted me, the same dude that asked for my number, gets on the Stairmaster right next to me. Right next to me. There's 8 Stairmasters. Why are you next to me? Why? I'm not paying it no mind. I got both AirPods in my ear. I'm on level 5, just vibing, you feel me, on the Stairmaster, reading the book of Samuel, just chilling, right? I get a tap on my right shoulder. I get a tap on what, bro? What you need? What you need? I take off my right AirPod. I'm like, yo, what? He's like, look, man, this is your last chance. I can give you the world, man. Just give me a chance. Give me a chance. He's begging me. But deep voice in there, give me a chance. No! I'm done. I don't gotta finish cardio today. You know what? Mood ruined. I'm finna leave. I'm done. I get off the machine, start walking towards the locker room so I can get in the sauna. All right, I get in the sauna after my cardio session anyways. Okay, we're getting in the sauna a little early today. It's all good, right? Get in the sauna. I'm not the one of the people that go in the sauna though with a towel and just like, you know, I'm naked. I go in there fully clothed. You feel me? I'm not on that, right? Take off my shoes. I get in the sauna. I'm chilling. 10 minutes go by. I'm meditating. I'm chilling, right? I feel a presence come inside of the sauna, gang. I feel a presence. I open up my eyes. It's bro. I'm about to call the police. He sits right next to me, but you know what? I'm paying it no mind. I got both AirPods in my ear, put it on full blast. You feel me? Got the noise cancellation on. I'm just like that. I'm like this. I'm just vibing. Listen to the music, right? Feel me? I know he's talking to me because when I open up my eyes for a little bit, I see his mouth moving. I ain't worried about it, just vibing, right? Then he keeps tapping me on my shoulder. This is starting to turn into harassment. I don't want to do this to you guys. I take off my right AirPod. I'm like, look, bruh, I like women. I love women. I've never experimented. I don't care. I love women. I'm straight as can be. Straight as a dead person, bruh. Beep. Straight, bruh. I'm on it. I'm cool. I'm not on that. He's like, you know what? You don't know the things we could do together, man. Like our energies can. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm starting to get mad now. Don't let the size fool you, bro. Cause now you're disrespecting my gangster. Now you're disrespecting my gangster. I'm getting a vein in my forehead. I'm starting to get pissed. I'm getting flashbacks. I get up, walk out of the sauna, go straight to my car, bro. Now I'm in my car just thinking, I'm like, now I can't go to the gym in the morning. Cause if I see bro, you feel me? He gonna be on this. I'm gonna get aggressive. You feel me? So you know what? I'm just gonna go in the afternoon. I'm just gonna go in the afternoon, man. Cause I don't deserve this. I didn't ask for this.
I just cut off one of my homegirls. Well, she was just an acquaintance. But me and her was literally on the way to go run errands, and I need some earrings real quick. So she stopped by Walmart for me. And I told her to get me some gold earrings. She had like she couldn't find any, but she ended up finding them. Mind you, I've gotten these earrings on a couple occasions. So I figured they would be around $5, maybe $6. I gave her a $20 bill. I knew it was a $20 bill because I fold my money a certain way because yes, I'm legally blind, but I'm not dumb, honey. And I don't trust nobody with my money. I'm already expecting at least $14 back in change. If I give you a 20, these cost $6. Actually, they cost, I think these cost like $5.80 something. So round it up to like $6.12 maybe. I don't know. But I was at least expecting $13, $14 back in change, whatever. She gets in the car and hands me $3 in change. She hands me the money. It was 3 bills. So using my common sense, I'm like, there's no way, no. And mind you, she gave me 3 bills with no change. I was already going to tell her to keep the change, like the coins, because I don't know coins. But even if it was a 10 and 2 ones, that's still not the correct change because I gave you a 20. These only cost at the most $6.50. You get what I'm saying? So I at least would expect a 10 and 3 ones or a 10 and 4 ones. Or however you want to break it down. There's not many ways to break down 14. Like, you could get 14 ones, you could get a 10 and 4 ones. Either way, it would at least be more than 5 bills in my hand. So I look over at her, I'm like, friend, this is not the correct change. Like, huh? Immediately she gets offensive. What you trying to say? I'm stealing from you? Like, what do you mean it's not the right change? I would never try you like that. Like, friend, that's your correct change. I said, she gonna tell me I gave her a $10 bill. Friend, I know for a fact I didn't give you a $10 bill because I know my money. And I always check my money before I leave the house. And I fold my money a certain way. She don't know this, but she found out today. Mind you, her demeanor is already up here. She's mad as hell. My temple is still down here. Like, I'm calm, I'm cool, because I know I'm correct. So she's like, friend, if you think I would steal from you and do some bum ass shit like that, then honestly, I could drop you off back home. Like, we ain't gotta never hang again. I said, friend, exactly. But let me make sure that I'm correct before we stop being friends. Y'all, I literally pulled out my phone right in front of her, and I use this app. It's kind of similar to Be My Eyes. If you are blind, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I lay the money out on my lap, baby. I take a picture with my phone. Girl, the app told me it's $3 bills. It's 3 $1 bills, sweetie. So I said, friend, you needed them $10 real bad. You could have just asked me for the $10, friend. As soon as the app let me know that there are 3 $1 bills on my lap, she was silent. I hear crickets. I heard crickets. I ain't hear nothing. So I look over at her. I said, friend, is you cool? Like, are you cool? Like, I just couldn't do nothing but laugh because, girl, I've had a lot of fake friends, okay? So to me, it was just like deja vu. So I'm just sitting there like, oh, wow. But I know I gave her a $20 bill. She's sticking to the fact that I gave her 10. I know I gave her a 20 because the other day I literally just broke 100 and I asked for 5 20s. I wanted 5 20s. They gave me exactly 5 20s. I didn't break none of those 20s. So that's how I know for a fact I gave her a 20. I didn't have a 10. I never broke neither one of those 20s. You get what I'm saying? One thing I'll never get the gist of is why people love taking advantage of disabled people. It's crazy. If you're someone like that, let me know what you get out of it because karma is real. But anyways.
So story time on how somebody I actually thought liked me cooked in my crib. I ate and I had a really bad allergic reaction. I actually almost, mind you, the person kept coming to my room. Like, it was a female. She kept coming to my room like, you ate all your food? You ate all your food? I'm like, yeah, mind you, she cooked mad good. I'm like, yeah, this food is fire. Not even a whole full hour passed and my palms start itching. The bottom of my feet start itching. But like, I'm not really paying it on mine. Now my chest gets tight. I got asthma. So I'm like, all right, let me pump myself, you know, regular stuff. So now I start sneezing, coughing. Everything is itchy. I'm like, hold on. I go to the bathroom. My eye was like this. I call my mother, mommy, like I'm going through something right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm allergic to shellfish, but I didn't have no shellfish. So I'm like, what's going on? So I have an EpiPen. For that reason, because I'm allergic to a lot of things, but shellfish is like the main thing, but I'm allergic to a lot of things. So I have to walk around with an EpiPen. So my mom runs in, she see my face really, really swollen. I can barely talk, I'm coughing, I'm pumping myself. So she goes in the closet and she gets my EpiPen. She puts it like in my thigh. Tell me why my mom pokes herself with the EpiPen instead of me. My mother started getting pale. I call my brother, like, he's looking at me like, yo,
happened? I'm like, yo, you gotta come. He was in the hallway. So he comes in the house. Now he calls the ambulance. The ambulance come. Me and my mom both in the hospital next to each other in the bed because she poked herself with the EpiPen and I almost... No, like literally, I could not breathe. I could not see. It was so bad. And my mom, her finger got super, super pale and numb. Your finger could get amputated off of that. Y'all do not eat from any and everybody because I'm telling you, the energy that girl put in that food. And then later on, I found out she hated me. So it all made sense. Let me show y'all what I look like. I'm low-key scared to show y'all because I look terrible. All right, hold on. All right.
Story time of when my best friend of 8 years flew to visit me and left after one day and blocked me. This story is wild, but we're gonna have to back up a little bit. So me and this girl were virtual friends for the past 8 years. We FaceTimed almost every day, talked about everything, our secrets, our life, literally everything. We had never met in person. I know, crazy. Then she started talking to a guy from my city and she had been talking to him for a month or so. And then she was like, you know what? I'm gonna come visit you because I've been dying to meet you and I could meet him at the same time. So it'd be, you know, killing two birds with one stone. I was super excited because we had tried to meet up multiple times before and it just never panned out. So I was excited to see her and be able to, you know, finally meet in person. I told her that she had to come stay with me, that there was no way she was staying in a hotel. She had to stay with me. And she made it clear, she's like, I'm coming for you, not for him. But like, you know, I'm gonna obviously spend some time with him, but I really mainly want to come for you. And I said, girl, don't worry about it. We can share you, no problem. A few days before she came, I went through something super difficult in my personal life. And I was at a very bad place. And I was talking to her about it because she's my friend. She asked me, she's like, do you want me to stay in a hotel if too much is going on? And I was like, no way. Like, especially in our culture, we're both Arab, it's super disrespectful if somebody comes to your city and stays in a hotel. They have to stay with you. And I saw her as like a close friend. I wanted her to be around and like my house is her house. She's like a close friend to me. She also had mentioned prior that she checked the hotel prices and they were so expensive. So obviously I was never gonna let her stay at a hotel. So a day or two later she came and I couldn't pick her up from the airport because I had a mandatory lab that I had to go to, but the guy she was talking to picked her up. So I told her that I could meet her right after class, but she said she wanted to spend the day with the guy and that she would meet up with me later. So she met up with me later in the evening around like 8:30, 9 p.m. and she'd been here all day, which is fine. I wanted her to spend time with the guy, see if they hit it off. We went for dinner, and by that point I was getting really exhausted because I'd been up since 6 a.m. at school, so I was so tired. So we went home, we kind of got into our PJs and just like, I was tired, so I just got in bed right away, to be honest. It was like, I could tell like you're really like in a bad place and like you're not as bubbly as usual. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, like everything I went through was super hard and I'm just struggling with it a bit. And she's like, yeah, like I hate to see you like this, like you're just so down. And I was trying my best to be as bubbly as I could for her. Like I was trying my best, but like, you know, as my friend of 8 years, like she should be understanding of the fact that like, you know, shit happens. Anyway, so the next morning we got up. She's like, what do you want to do today? I'm like, let's go get breakfast. Then we can go to the mall and then we can play the rest of the day by ear because I know she had dinner with her man later that day. So we go for breakfast and then we're in the car. We're about to go to the mall and she tells me, you know what? I think I'm going to actually book a hotel and leave. Go to part 2. Story time of when my best friend of 8 years flew to visit me and blocked me and left the next day. Part 2. She told me she wanted to leave because she felt like I wasn't in a good headspace. And I told her that like, yeah, I haven't been the best and she knows everything that went along, but like, I really want to spend time with her. And like, I tried to make her as comfortable as possible. I gave her own bedroom, her own bathroom. There was no guys at my house. Like, there was no other reason for her to feel uncomfortable or anything. And I told her that if she left, like, I find it super disrespectful because I opened my home to her and like, I want to spend time with her. And it just felt like everything going on in my life, everything was going wrong. And this was just another thing that was going wrong. It just felt like in my time of need, instead of her wanting to be there for me, she just felt like I wasn't giving the vibes she wanted, so it was better to leave. And a close friend would be happy to be there with me in my hard time because we can finally be in person, not on FaceTime, and like we could actually be there for each other. What I went through was not something small, and like she completely understood. I was very transparent about everything I was going through, but she's like, I just want to leave. I just think it's best if I leave. And I made it clear that that would really upset me. And she's like, I'm leaving to respect you. But I told her that I found that disrespectful and it would make me unhappy. Anyways, an hour later, she packed her stuff and she left, and she was like, tomorrow, let's please go for dinner together. Like, I don't want you to think like I don't want to spend time with you. I still do. I just think it's best if I leave. I was like, yeah, no problem. Tomorrow we can go for dinner. It was her last day. The next day, she didn't call me, didn't message me, nothing. Completely went ghost, and I didn't message her either because I was actually really upset by what she did. That last day that she didn't message me, I saw her posting that she was out with, you know, the guy she came for, clearly. If she came for him and she didn't want to spend time with me, she could have just said that. But anyways. And then the next morning, she left the country. She left and went back home. Did not hear one word from her. And what happened next genuinely shocked me to my core. Go to part 3. Story time of when my best friend of 8 years came to visit me and blocked me and left after one day. Part 3. So she didn't reach out to me. She went back home. And then honestly, I was super hurt because I just couldn't believe she did that to me. Like, I understand she wanted to have fun and like, obviously she don't want to be around negative energy, but like I was trying my best to be happy and I was happy to spend time with her. But after 8 years of friendship, and this is the first time we meet each other, for her to do that was just so disheartening. I knew after she didn't reach out to me that there's a big chance that our friendship was over, because personally I don't want to be friends with someone who clearly showed me that they don't care about me. Then I went on Instagram and noticed that she had removed me off of Instagram. Like, how rude. Like, I'm sorry, how rude. So I texted her. I was like, I'm very heartbroken that you did this. Like, I can't believe it, da da da. Like, I didn't swear. I was very respectful. I was like, I'm like honestly really upset. Like, I opened my home to you. I treated you like family. Like, I wanted to have you around. And like, yes, I wasn't in the best place, but for you to leave me, like, I never made you feel like you had to be with me all the time. I wanted you to spend your time equally, but for you to have left because I wasn't giving the vibes that you wanted is just so hurtful, especially knowing everything that I was going through. She was like, I knew you'd rub it in my face that you opened your home to me. You didn't even pick me up from the airport. I'm like, I had a class that I couldn't miss. Like, and she's like, you're a terrible person. You're such a mean person. How are you so selfish? You wouldn't want me to have a good time. I did not want her to have a good time. She's like, I chose positivity for myself. Like, you chose... No problem. I told you go out with the guy, have fun, enjoy. But I just wanted you with me, like, and for us to go out. And I wanted you to stay in my house. Like, for you to stay one night and then leave is just so disrespectful. Then you don't message me, you don't ask, because I was upset because I went through something super hard and I wasn't in the best mood. That's the way you treat me. So yeah, we're no longer friends, and that's the story. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Like, I don't even know. And this is the finished look.
Navigating the dating realm as a fat woman can be very discouraging sometimes. Here are some things that men have blatantly said to me in person, via Hinge, and also like via phone and text. No exaggerations, no paraphrasing. This is exactly what has been said to me over the years. You kind of never forget stuff like that. Anyway, let's get into it. First up, there was this guy that I went to high school with. He was a year ahead of me, and I actually never saw him after my freshman year. He and I would talk a lot on MySpace, right? MySpace was a thing. Yes, I'm an old hoe. I'm a millennial, okay? MySpace was popping, okay, when I was in high school. Anyway, so he would send me messages like, you know, every day we'll talk like all the time. It'll be like lighthearted, fun, funny stuff, like jokes or whatever, right? Mind you, I didn't like him in that way, right? He was just like somebody that was like cool that I would chat with on MySpace, no different from when we used to chat with people on AIM. So one day I get a message from him and he says, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, what's up? He's like, why are you so fat?
verbatim. Why are you so fat? Question mark. If I could access my space right now, I would show y'all the screenshots. And so he had me shook. So I literally was like trying to process, one, why are you asking me this? Where is this coming from? And then how do I answer this question? Like what kind of answer are you expecting? So I guess I was taking too long to reply. So his next message to me was, you're a really pretty girl and you're really cool, but I can't make you my girlfriend unless you lose weight. I'm sorry. Again, we were cool. We were friendly. I didn't like him in that way. He was just somebody that was cool to just chat with, and he just came out of nowhere and one, made it weird, and then most important, just disrespected the shit out of me. Like, what are you even saying? And what's really interesting is that about 4 or 5 years ago, I saw this young man on New York Avenue strung out on whatever drug got the best of him. And he looked a mess. He looked a mess. He was strung out, sitting in the median, coming up to people's cars that were waiting at the red light, asking them for money. And I thought it was comical. Okay, so I've dabbled in Hinge in the past, right? And this one particular time, I have received a like from this guy, right? So I go check out his profile. I'm like, okay, he's handsome or whatever. He looks like a college grad. Look like he got some stuff going on. He don't look like he's just some bum, right? So I ended up matching him, right? And then he sends me a DM. He was like, hey, what's up? Or whatever, like whatever his intro to the conversation was, right? Keep in mind, he sent me a like. He sent me a message first, right? So we're conversing, we're, getting to know each other. We're sharing jokes or whatever. The conversation is like, it's cool. It's not overly flirty. It's just enough flirty, but it's like real life, like getting to know each other, right? So the conversation was cool, right? And if I still have the screenshots, I looked at my phone. If I still have the screenshots, I will put them up here. And if I forget, I'll put them in the comments. But it so just really like random in the middle of an unrelated conversation, he says, I used to have an ex that was fat like you. Unprovoked, like, okay, like, he's like, yeah, but she lost over 100 pounds. She didn't even have surgery to do it. She did it naturally. And I feel like you could do that too. So once again, too stunned to fucking speak, right? So then I'm not typing back, right? So he sends another message and he's like, you have a really pretty face, but big girls ain't my thing. Maybe if you lose 100 pounds or something, we can see what's up. I'm sorry. So I just blocked him because like I'm not about to like I don't know what he was trying to like do or what he was trying to accomplish or prove, because like you saw my profile before I saw your profile. You sent me a like, you sent me the first message, you engaged in conversation with me only to like shit on me. Like what was that, like what do you gain from that? Like then there was another instance when I overheard a conversation that I was not supposed to hear. I don't care what they say. Men are far more messy than women. So there were two guys. One of the guys, I was actually really interested in him. He was cute. That's when I went through my phase when I liked them girl, light skin with the light eyes girl. I have since been delivered. But anyway, I was kind of into him, right? And so I overheard a conversation that he was having with another guy, and he was saying like, she's like everything I would want in a girl, but like I just wish that she had and he was comparing me to like another girl, whatever her name was. I wish she had a body like her. Like then she would be like the perfect package. She would be the total package. Like I'll be all in. And there's a lot more, but I think I'm going to stop here because I think I may be triggering myself. But anyway, all that to say, navigating, even just outside of like the dating realm, just being fat and living your life, people will always find reason to try to humble you or to make you feel bad about how you look. And don't let you be cute and fat. And don't let you be confident and fat. It's like people are like, who does this fat bitch think she is? It's just so like interesting to me that like men will go out of their way to humble you or to break you down or to make you feel bad about yourself or less than, or that you're not quite good enough as you are, just because you're fat, right? And I just feel like a lot of fat people in the world, they are literally just existing, right? They're just existing day to day. And then just somewhere, somehow. But anyway, all that to say, even outside of the dating realm, sometimes just being fat, not even just a woman or a man, but just being fat in general, you will just be out in the world minding your own business, and people just find a way to like go out of their way to make you feel less than, or to try to humble you or try to embarrass you or try to shit on you. And it's like, I literally do not understand it. And especially when people are fat and they cute and they dress well, you know what I mean? And they confident, right? And they walk like they know that they the shit. It's almost like, how dare you? Like, who does this fat bitch think she is? Moral of the story is this: leave fat people alone. Like if they ain't bothering you, they ain't saying nothing to you, they ain't trying to come up and shoot their shot at you, and just leave them alone. Because it low key give you like that. You like all of that, but you have conflicted feelings about what you are attracted to and what you desire. I don't know, that's just what it gives to me.
I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. Imagine first date with a man. You hit it off. Great energy. Date runs long. And you have a graduation party to get to. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, you want to come with me to my homegirl's graduation party? He's like, okay, yeah, sure. But I don't want to show up empty-handed, so we stop at the Target. Another green flag, because we've been hitting it off. Okay, great. We stop at Target. He gets her a card. We go to the graduation party. I introduce him to my friend. Cool. We go to my car. We're getting into my car. He's saying like, oh yeah, can you drop me off at the mall? Da 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 da, like whatever. Fine, because allegedly Ubered an hour to get to me because he lives far out, not in the city. This man gets in my car. All of a sudden, a woman comes up out of the blue. I don't know where this woman was. She comes up and she yanks open my passenger side door. She's like, "What the F are you doing? Get up. Come with me right now. Come with me right now. Get up. Get up. You're coming with me." At first, I thought she was joking. And at first, I thought it was like she saw him from afar, thought he was fine, came into the car, was like, "You're coming with me. You're coming with me." Because he was just like, chill, chill, chill. So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cute. Like, he's fine. Okay, period, sis. But, like, not too much." But then she gets rowdy. She's like, "Get out the car. Get out the car." And yanks this full-grown size man and yanks him out the car. So I'm like, oh, y'all know each other. Takes him out the car. Bella, my car, is here. Her car is here. I'm T-boned in. I cannot move. There's a car in front of me. So all I can do is sit and look in my rear view at her beating. Just beating his ass. Just beating his ass. And I'm like, I turn my music down so I can hear what's being said. I can't hear nothing, but just it's going. And I'm like, what the heck? I didn't have the word. Like, I didn't have the words. That happened so fast, and I cannot move. So I'm sitting here, waiting for her to finish his beating. Finally, they start to back up. They pull up beside me. I'm looking like this. And he goes, and they drive off. And I just didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Because clearly that's your girl. We talked about cheating. We talked about red flags. We talked about green flags. He had passed a lot of, like, he had a good head on his shoulders, I thought. We talked about cheating in 30 minutes. We talked about emotional versus physical cheating. And she picked him up and yanked him out of the passenger side. And they drove off. And then he texted me, "What are you doing?" What am I doing? I'm coping. I'm done with men. Especially light skins. I can't.
I got invited to a dinner party this past weekend, and because the woman that invited me, I was looking for her to be a mentor in something that I am trying to do. When she had invited me, I said, all right, cool, I'll go on ahead and I'll go. Granted, I have only been around this woman in the vicinity of us just like being in a gym. Never talked to her outside of a gym. So this was going to be the first time that we were going to be in a different environment, and it was going to be a lot more free for us to kind of see, like, you know, how we would get along. During that time, she decided that she was pretty much going to volunteer me as tribute by suggesting that a man double my age should be interested in wanting to sleep with me. I didn't even realize that this woman, who, mind you, she's 20 years my senior, she's significantly older than me, she had like a game, like a card game, and I had never like played it, and I didn't look at what the card said. Yeah, the card game, it was like this like sexual charades card game, I guess. And essentially what it was giving was that this dinner party that she had invited under the guise of it being like a going away party for this worker who is leaving our gym because she's going off to college, she pretty much wanted a sexcapade party under the guise of a going away party for a girl that worked at the gym that we worked out at. Then had the nerve to feel some type of way when I pretty much blew up on her and I blew up on the man because, number one, I don't know that fucking man. I don't know that fucking man, and I barely know you. So joke's on you for not thinking that this man's ego is not going to get bruised, and joke's on you again for thinking that I'm not going to call your ass out for even starting or instigating such a thing. And then, like most people, tries to pass it off as a hee ha ha. I totally did not have that intention of doing that. This is what I mean when it comes to things like consent and boundaries. A lot of women will feed you to the fucking wolves just so that they can entertain other people. They have no problem making you the butt of the joke. They have no problem trying to volunteer you as tribute to somebody that you don't fucking know just so they can get liked and just so they can get favored. It's no different than the man trying to act funny in front of his friend group once he comes across a woman that he is attracted to. So he's got no problem going out of his way to try to outshine everybody with his jokes or try to flaunt how much money he makes or try to make it seem like he makes more money than everybody else. He will have no problem doing that and trying to embarrass everybody around him that he claims to be friends with just so he can have a shot at the woman that he's interested in. Them boundaries and that consent be flying out the window when it comes to other women when they want something that you have or they want to get noticed by another person.